Also, if we do react to a Jubilee Spectrum video,
Oh,
if you guys are down for that, there's a lot of them. So we would have to choose like one or two because there's like, do all Asian American parents think the same? Do all ex cult members think the same? Do all adoptees think the same? Do all ex criminals think the same?
no. No one thinks the same.
Well, except for in the do all plus size people think the same? There's a lot of agreement, and the comments on that video were rough.
Wild?
Like the top comment was, they should have asked the question, "Do you find fat people attractive?"
Hmm.
All right. Three, two, one. We're live on
We're
my
live.
end.
Welcome, everybody.
Apologies for those watching my end of the stream. I don't have my camera on because I never got it set back up after I had computer issues a while back. So
I'm curious.
that's the reason.
Let me find the video I watched the other day because I really liked it, and then we'll go ahead and I'll pull up the Palworld video and we could talk about that.
Hell yeah. It looks super interesting.
There's also another new game that came out.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Wait, sorry. Say again.
There's another new game that came out called Enshrouded.
I don't know that
And
I've heard of that one.
it's like literally just came out, and it's like a survival game, but kind of Elden Ring esque,
Hmm.
where you get different spells and weapons and stuff, and you can build, and there's a bunch of bosses you have to fight.
Interesting. There's bosses in Palworld too. It's
Yeah,
I almost want to say Palworld is very Elden Ring esque as well, with like some of the combat.
and that's the one I want to watch. I'm gonna find that video because that's the one I want. All right, I'm pulling up the Palworld video. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen.
I will basically be an observer this time because I know very little about any of the topics.
Well, I'll give my thoughts on the game after we watch some of it, just to see what I think.
Okay, I'm also gonna.
Let me know when you guys are watching.
I'm watching. I'm gonna try to keep it small like this so we can still see your guys' faces. But Discord might be like, oh, you can't watch the stream like this.
Mine's doing
We'll see.
alright. No, yeah. It'll let me do this. This'll work.
We good?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Hey, and we're back with another episode of Before You Buy. That show will give you some straight up gameplay and our first impressions
This
of
loud
the
as
latest
shit.
games releasing. Today we're talking about Palworld. This is the game the internet has been calling Pokemon with guns. It's also the game the internet has kind of crowned king over the course of last weekend. As this game launched in early access, it like broke records. It flew to the top of Steam charts. So I've been playing this for a few days now, both solo and a bit of it cooperatively on PC, where this footage has been captured, and it's also available on Xbox through Game Pass. So now I know the running tagline joke is, like I said, Pokemon with guns, but it's really Pokemon but a survival game like Ark. Pokemon with some elements that some Poke fans have been wanting for a long time. Pokemon with a dash of Breath of the Wild and a few more popular games. Look, people don't like these comparisons. They get very defensive. I've seen the arguments online, but it's often pretty blatant here. Now, what matters is that it clearly derives a lot from things that a lot of other games do well. Sometimes shamelessly. For some, a little too close to comfort. Some character models are alarmingly close to Pokemon they've been spoofing. So there's some potentially questionable stuff here worth acknowledging. Regardless, the game is doing something for some people. Clearly, it's scratching an itch, it's filling a void. Me personally, I don't love a lot of survival games. I'm pretty picky, but I found myself hooked on this one. This game gives you a lot considering its early access. Yeah, it's a little jacked up. Some animations look weird or unfinished, and some whole mechanics could use some complete tweaking. And there's more features that I'd love to see. But even with the roughness, the early accessness, it's
Okay, I'm just gonna pause it because that did look really fucking cool. The fire, whatever they're called, blowing into the furnace.
Yeah, no, the Pokemon. So like that little, you see the little blue penguin guy there?
Yeah,
He can water your flower beds.
that's actually kind of cool.
I was gonna say we should try to pause fairly frequently as well.
Yeah.
Just because of
So yeah,
obvious reasons.
all the.
But also,
sorry, continue.
I was gonna mention the blue penguin, and I was gonna mention the little floaty nebula hair thing. I don't remember the names because I don't play Pokemon. I don't watch Pokemon.
They're
I
not
don't
actually
know hardly anything
Pokemon
about
though.
it. No, I know. What I'm saying is they look very similar to
Yeah.
ones I've seen before.
Yeah, that looks like
Which-
a fat Piplup. That blue penguin thing.
Yeah,
Piplup,
to me that feels like I don't think I should look at something and be like and just immediately think, "Oh, that's that Pokemon that I know." Especially as someone that doesn't play or watch Pokemon.
But here's my
Like
thing. If Pokemon wasn't such a beloved series, would people care that much?
No.
Because they're essentially doing what Fortnite did to the Battle Royale genre. They're adding another element to an already created genre.
I'm not concerned about the gameplay. I'm concerned about the design.
There is a video called "Why Palworld is Completely Legal," so we can watch that after this.
I mean, even so, Nintendo can pull some strings. You know they're powerful.
Moist Critical did a very good comprehensive discussion about all of the similarities and all the concerns that people have. I think we should definitely watch that as well.
I think I agree with this YouTuber here. It's scratching an itch for people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
can't
like-
play the new Pokemon games. They're awful because they're just the same thing.
And
I haven't played a
Pixelmon-
Pokemon game since the Game Boy Color.
Pixelmon has been a thing for a Minecraft mod since Minecraft fucking had mods. For a long time, people have been taking a survival game and putting Pokemon into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I think the
this-
concept is incredible. Like, the
Oh, yeah.
idea of the game is super cool.
People thought it was a meme. People didn't realize it was like an actually in-developed game. People saw a few videos of it because the people that developers were putting out videos of it. They thought it was a joke until they released it.
Yeah.
After seeing
I-
this so far, I am interested.
Oh,
I don't know, we could continue watching the video now.
a really fun time already. There's a lot against it, though. It feels a bit cheap, almost like thrown together at times, and it can be devoid of any cohesive feel or personality with the world at times, too. Sometimes almost like soulless. But hey, let's just get into it, explain the mechanics, and talk about everything. So, if you don't like survival games, it's still very much the thing here. It's not the most intensive one. It's actually pretty casual, but like you're chopping down trees, you're cooking and eating to keep your character healthy, and you're building primitive log cabins. But from there, the game very quickly gets you hooked onto its loop, catching creatures with balls you throw at them. You can run up and whack them, weaken them, and then toss a ball at them to hopefully catch and contain them. From there, you can have the little creatures populate the home base you build, get to work, and also accompany you out in the field.
Oh
throw it at a
no.
wall and have
Hold
a
on, can you
little
pause it
retro
real quick?
Pikachu come out and
Yeah.
That pink one? Nick,
Oh.
I know you saw it.
Well, also the one that looked like a monkey that was green.
Oh yeah, the monkey, the little pink one, these sheep
There's a
are
few
all.
for sure that are close.
Oh my
It
goodness.
is a little off-putting to see like something that looks too much like a Pokemon.
It also,
Right, that's the thing.
I don't know. I feel like it pulls me in a little, just a tidbit.
What it looks like to me, first for a few of them, what it looks like to me is you remember that Pokemon Fusion website we used to go to all the time in high school, Nick?
Hmm.
Some of them look like that.
Yeah.
Like that pink one looked like a fucking Meowth mixed with like a Clefairy.
Which there, by the way, there is a really fun Pokemon ROM where part of the game is you can take any Pokemon and morph it with another Pokemon. So you can have like a fire water type that's like a mix of a Squirtle and a Charmander.
So it
Is
shoots steam at them.
it's I mean there are special moves that are specifically designed around that mechanic.
That sounds awesome,
I think
actually. I'm
one of
not
them
gonna
is
lie.
heat. So yeah, it's really cool. Um, let's continue because I'm curious because you're about to get into
A rip off Pikachu.
about to get into beans and the meat and potatoes of this.
Yeah.
and follow you around wherever you want.
Wait, was that called Chikapoo?
What? No, that's a lamb ball.
Okay, no, there's another one I
Whenever
thought
you
was called
You can
Chikapoo.
ride some of these things.
Was it the
you
pink
can
one?
Use them as mounts. You can fly on
I
them.
don't think so.
You can have them fight with you and adventure with you, and that is just a cool thing. Like to have that fully like uncompromised here. Like just having that creature with you doing whatever is cool. Yeah, they can only do so much, but you can teach them different attacks. You can command them to do those attacks. It's simple, it's accessible, and it's casual, but it gives you that good sense of poke freedom. You're catching these creatures for XP. So catch a bunch of the same one and get a big XP boost. Catch a new one you haven't seen yet, also you get a big XP boost. As you level up, you can dump points into basic stats like health, stamina, attack. Along with that, though, you level up and you earn points that you can spend in a
That one's just a fucking chicken. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that one was just a chicken.
Fucking
Yeah.
chicken.
While it's paused, my question is it a free game?
No.
No, it's
Okay,
$30. It's
that-
$30.
That gives me more concern. Cause the thing that made Pixelmon okay is that it was free. Nobody was profiting off of it. The fact that they're profiting on this when I mean look at that little pink guy, like
So the whole thing is they did all of this initial stuff without almost any kind of monetary assistance. They've released it early access for $30 to get the monetary means to actually flesh it out as a true finished game.
Mhm.
Which they've had their top concurrent player was over 2 million.
I saw that.
So they've got the money. I think they've had almost 8 million downloads.
So it's definitely gotten.
So now they've got the money to actually flesh it out as a full-blown game with like actual they can afford a team behind it rather than just a few guys with a funny idea.
How long do you think till Epic buys it?
Not very long, if I had to guess. Not very long. Almost immediately.
Yeah.
skill tree.
It seems like an
Skill tree
epic
that
thing
looks
to do.
Almost exactly like Ark Survival Evolves.
But to be honest, they'll make it
Here
better.
you unlock new things for you to craft.
I feel like this
work
is the
on,
kind of game they
improve
would
everything.
improve.
So go from cooking food over a campfire to using a real stove. Make more things to store your items, new weapons, fences to defend your homestead, stuff like that. Only in this game, you have Pokemon or whatever as your little workers. All of them have their own characteristics and specializations, and this is what makes the game feel a bit more interesting. Having a bunch of little creatures graze in a pen so you can harvest them for wool, while creatures with hands can plant seeds in your farms to grow food, and then like the water creatures can come over and use their water powers to blast water onto the crops, or maybe power a mill to generate more material for building even better stuff. It's really fun when it all gets going. You need to keep the creatures fed, rested, and happy for all this to happen. And sometimes your areas will get attacked too, and you'll need to kind of rally the troops. So you can go from a little hut with a farm to a fortified house
Whoa.
with sandbags and walls and towers and even turrets and weapons the creatures can use. Along with that, you're adventuring out in the world. Your main task seems to be finding these massive boss towers. These contain like a big boss battle that you need to really gear up and kind of prepare and grind for. They seem challenging, but the other thing is that the game world itself
Very
is
Elden
absolutely
Ring-esque.
huge. Getting to
Yeah.
these towers might take a while. The map is massive, and I feel like I've barely even scratched the surface yet. There are cave dungeons with special creatures and loot to find inside, rare creatures hiding around, big boss creatures out in the open, and I've even found some hidden bosses in some pretty weird, unexpected places too. There are even towns with NPCs. This is where the game really feels the early access. It's pretty lifeless, with a couple of vendors and boring NPCs who barely have anything to say, with some weird writing and dialogue. Still, there's potential here for a lot.
Okay.
You can just
So that's something that goes into something else. One of the two things I've heard about this game, people saying that it was made like a huge tool for this game was AI. I don't know if that's true or not, but
According to Moist Critical, there is zero proof of that as of right now.
yeah. Well, I mean, unless the people who made it come out and say, "Oh yeah, we totally did that," then
They've
there will
said-
not be proof.
They've said no.
Well, I mean, yeah, because in terms of like creative spaces,
Hmm.
AI is a very controversial topic.
It doesn't seem like it to me that AI has been a big part. What this game seems like is a few people who knew
the
how to build a
reason
game, threw it together, and they put as much as they could in with what they had.
the reason I bring it up now is because of the weird writing and dialogue. Because AI is not super incredible unless you have like one of the paid programs.
No,
you
well,
know?
that's my point is like it seems like they just threw some dialogue in there for them to
Yeah.
splurt out, but they had to cover the whole area and all the people, so they were just like, just fucking come up with
Yeah.
random shit for now for them to say.
I will say though, in terms of what they've accomplished so far, it does seem pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I said, the concept and the execution seems cool. I just have some personal concerns about like I said, the designs of the characters and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and the fact that they put it up for money when personally I think some of them are a little bit too similar.
I would
But
say
I guess if Nintendo's not going after them, then
as
you know
far as
there's
the
no
money
concern
thing,
there.
I would rather pay $30 for this than $60 for the same Pokemon game every 4 years.
No, that's not the concern at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that it's for money. It's the combination of the paid product, including designs that are, in my
Gotcha.
opinion, so similar to copyrighted designs.
Yeah. Well,
That's my concern.
another thing that goes with that is that the Pokemon are based off of real animals, a lot
Yeah.
of them, and there's only so much you can do with the design of a real animal, right?
Yeah,
You can only
I-
make
I
a
get
snake
that.
so different.
It's just for me like that. I keep going back to that pink one. Like it
Looks
just
like a Meowth mixed with a Clefairy.
yeah, that's what I said earlier. Like it's just so spot on in my eyes as someone who's not very familiar with Pokemon. It just looks so similar to me that I personally have some slight concerns there. But I mean, if Nintendo's not going after them, then especially at the popularity they have,
Yeah.
then like I there's not really any anything you can say or do there, you know.
Well,
Yep.
and I guess when it comes to a game like this, despite how similar they are not.
Yep.
And
It's a
in
different
terms
game.
of
Yeah.
copyrighted works, it doesn't matter if it's not. Similarity is what matters. Once it gets to be a certain amount of similarity, it's close enough that copyright law will be like, "Hey, that's no, don't do that." That's I when the only reason I know this is because part of one of my classes in high school, we went pretty in depth into copyright law and stuff, like why our high school had to change its mascot or its logo and stuff like that. Like once it gets to be a certain amount of similarity, then it counts as being a copyrighted work. And also Nintendo's crazy. They copyrighted Bowser's penis. Like
Yeah, they did.
they sent a cease and desist off of an NSFW artist that made a rendering of Bowser's penis. So
Wow. Well, I will also say there's I think 180 some pals in this game. Majority of them don't look super similar to Pokemon. There's a few, of
I'm
course,
just going
that
based
look.
off what I've seen in the video
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like I said, I don't really know much about it. I just know what I've seen people talk about online.
Yeah, there's a few for sure that that looks like something or that's reminiscent of this Pokemon. But
Right.
majority of them, I feel like they did a pretty good job of making it their own thing.
Do
Yeah.
they evolve?
I don't know.
That's what I'm wondering if I'll talk about that because I am curious if there's an evolution process to these.
Yeah, that would make it a little too similar, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know that there is an evolution. I haven't seen anything like
Buy
that.
new pals or
We'll
visit
see.
a shop and buy items, but that really seems to be it for now. There are also kind of bandit camps out in the world with enemy bad guys to fight against too. This feels pretty weak with not a ton of excitement to them and really not a lot of reward. It's nowhere near as good as the boss stuff. It seems like this is still very much an early access work in progress thing. So
Yeah.
it's that depth though that I've really found the most fun. Getting better and better, leveling up and fighting with my creatures, finally unlocking
Yo,
like, a
that's
grappling
sick,
hook or
though.
a gun or building a harness to ride my creature. That stuff is really satisfying. And it's pretty briskly paced for a while, with you satisfyingly grinding just enough to progress at a pretty even rate. I don't know how long that'll last, like how far down the tree that will feel. This is only first impressions, of course, but I've actually been impressed here. Once you start really getting a production line going, creatures making you ammo or crafting you new Pokeballs, and everybody has a job and things are moving and everybody's fed, it's fun to see. You can throw your creatures around, you can pet them, you can feed them, and it's cool to see them help you out. Like a little fire-type Vulpix looking guy will breathe his fire breath into the ironsmith as you forge ingots, or blast your fire as you're cooking. Little things like that made Palworld feel like a creative spin on the many genres it's combined. Now, there's a lot of freedom here, and a lot of complexity. It seems like you can find shinies out in the world, and
You can.
there's a breeding system, too. So the game throws a lot at you. It's a full meal, even if it's a real unfinished one. But I think it comes down to that amount of stuff that people are really enjoying, that kitchen sink approach. It's a casual survival game with monster hunting, collecting elements, and a massive amount of exploration. Now, my only other complaint is that because some of these elements feel so just thrown together and some gameplay concepts so close to other games, that it really leaves open.
Why did he pet it and then square up with it?
I would.
He's
I pet
fucking
you
pet
and
it, bro.
square up with you.
There's a whole butcher animation. If you hold a cleaver, it changes pet to butcher, and then you butcher them for their meat.
What?
Oh hell yeah.
Yep.
That's kind of fucked up.
It blurs it out.
That's what they do in Pokemon.
I would like, and I don't know. There's probably a reason it feels like this. I mean, a reason this hasn't really been a thing. I would really like to see a survival game.
Oh shit! Thank you for
What?
the raid, Ren.
Oh shit! I
Ren
would
raiding you with a
really,
party of 2.
I would really like to see
It
a
was just really
survival
loud.
game with big cities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
But then again, would it really make sense to be a survival game with massive cities?
It
Not
depends on how you do it.
particularly.
It depends on how you do it.
Yeah, unless the story itself has some kind of reason you're not allowed to stay in the big cities.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
Like if my thing, you basically have like 3 options. One, the cities are like controlled by I don't know, generic big bad, and you've got to sneak in and out. That's one way to do that. A second one is like they're overrun with enemies, so you got to be careful going through them. Or the third one is like, I don't know, give more incentive to go out and explore the world.
It would be a pretty cool concept to do, like, you've been exiled from civilization, but you can still go in and buy things if you have a disguise.
Interesting, yeah.
That would be cool.
And if not, you have to sneak in at night and steal things.
Yeah, I like that.
That would be a pretty fun idea, pretty fun concept for a game.
And the disguise thing could be like almost like a skill tree.
Yeah.
Where like as you level up, the enemy cities will like more easily see through your disguise. So you have to like level up your disguise section in your skill tree.
Pretty
I
good
think that'd be
ideas.
sick.
Game companies, pick it up. Because I really want to see a survival game with massive cities that you can explore.
Well,
I want to see a survival game with massive titties that you can explore.
with the creator system in the Epic Games for Fortnite, we could create pretty much an entire game.
That is true. Fortnite's sorry, choking on sunflower seeds. Fortnite's like creative system is stupidly impressive.
It's not like fully fledged create your own full game in it, but like you could get pretty close as of right now, and I think the next couple updates are supposed to make it to where you can essentially create a whole different game.
That would
Yeah.
be sick. If that happens, let's make a game, boys.
I'm down. I have every time I play a game, I'm always spitting out good ideas for it, and I'm like, man, I just need the ability to easily create my own game.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's like my whole struggle with everything though. I can think of vibes that I want from something, but not specifics.
Here's my thing. How do you guys, and this is kind of going on a little bit of a tangent, how do you guys feel about coding AI for people who can't afford, who don't know how to code, and can't afford to pay people to code?
If it's for just a little personal project, then I'm like, that's all right, I guess. But if it's for like, if it's for something they want to profit off of, that's where I have concerns.
But why?
It's hard to articulate, but like, if a person can be paid to do it in terms of creative things, I think a person should be paid to do it, if that makes sense.
But that's
And if you
my-
can't afford it, then you can use it as a tool to try to teach yourself or to get some beginnings going. I'm cool with using it as a tool, but to use it as the end all be all to me personally, that's just a little bit. Eh.
But my thought process is, what if it's not the end all be all? You're simply using AI to code to profit until you can afford to pay somebody to improve.
Personally, I don't like it being used for profit, period. Because it is. Because as of right now, it being in its early stages, it's primarily derivative. So it basically it scours sources for correct information or popular information depending on what you're using.
It's doing the same thing any YouTuber does by following the algorithm.
But also with coding, when an AI is like giving you code, I would assume you're telling the AI what you want, and then the AI is just telling you how to do that.
Yeah,
code.
I feel like coding in general.
As someone who knows literally nothing about coding, I'm thinking of it in terms of a creative endeavor that involves coding. Like trying to code like a video game or something, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, but if even then, if you're coding a video game, I'm assuming you're still like, because to make a 3D model, you don't have to know how to code.
Yeah.
True,
But put
very
that
true.
3D model movable into a game, you would have to know how to code.
So
I don't
So-
know. I don't know nearly enough about it to form any sort of educated opinion on it.
Let's continue the Palworld video.
Yeah, I get not the best vibes from combining AI with profit, if that makes sense.
It does.
Staring hole where the game's, I don't know, like its soul should be. It feels pretty lifeless, like devoid of character. Other than some of the creatures being totally awesome, like Depresso, or besides that, hanging out with them on the farm, like it doesn't really feel like it has any sense of cohesive lore or story or world building or even visual style to it. It's all just kind of, like I said, tossed together. You can find little collectibles to read out in the world, and they attempt to describe some of the bosses or faction or what's going on. And I've seen some people think this is enough, but to me, everything here feels like an afterthought. It just kind of feels like this random game. You're like a little Fortnite guy with a furry outfit fighting against weird Pokemon and bad guys that sometimes look like the Hellgas from Killzone. I don't know. One boss encounter feels completely unlike anything else in the entire game. It's bizarre sometimes. It's like a bunch of puzzle pieces next to each other, just not actually connecting. Nothing is really very interesting here because there just isn't anything yet. This is definitely like a matter of preference. You might not care about that. You just want to have fun in this world. I can only speak to how I feel. So I hope Palworld can take the millions of dollars it's clearly making already and build out a more interesting world and characters and everything that you can really fall in love with, because that will be the layup in my opinion. Maybe carve out even better takes and just newer stuff that isn't just evaluating on other games. That's just me. Now, the developers do claim that this game is 60% done and PvP and new content is in the works. And I'm curious to see where that goes. So, again, I've had some harsh words for it, but like I said at the start, I was hooked. I've been having fun. It's accessible, it's easy to get into with some nice, satisfying progression and a bunch of early access mess. If you're the type of player who can tolerate that, buying into something unfinished and even a bit buggy, and you like a dash of survival game stuff in their games, then yeah, maybe keep an eye on it. And while I did play a lot of it solo, I did have a surprisingly good time. I did have even more fun when I brought a friend in. We hopped in a little server and just started doing our thing, battling and catching and doing everything. I would say it's fine on your own, but the experience definitely improves with others. All this being said and done, like with games like this, we tend to revisit them in a year or so. We've done it with No Man's Sky. We've done it with a lot of games that release either early access or in a rough.
I think he's just going to go on a tangent about other games to review. But I think my ending thoughts are, it looks interesting. I think the reason he's saying it feels devoid of character is because currently it does just to me look like an amalgamation of other games
Mm-hmm. I agree.
with a new skin. I think that's okay.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, as long as they improve on it and give it its own character in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Concept is cool. Execution seems decent for early access. I still have some personal hangups with how similar certain designs are. But other than that, I think it looks pretty neat.
Like I said, it for me it all depends on if they take the fuck, my brain's dumb. Is it 40%? 40% that isn't done because they said it's 60% done. They take the 40% that isn't done and use some of that to give it its own character.
Yeah.
And not just Breath of the Wild, Pokemon, Fortnite. Then it'll be a good game. I mean, it'll be a great game. I think it's a good game. It looks like a good game. I think it'll be a great game if they give it its own character. My food is here. I'm gonna go grab it real quick.
Okay.
Be right back.
Yeah, I don't know. Because it's so hard to get direct factual info, I'm just gonna go based on vibes. And like conceptually, great vibes. Visually, pretty decent vibes, aside from a few of the creature designs. And it's not very many. Like you said, there aren't very many that I'm like, yikes. There's like the little penguin, the little pink thing, the little monkey. There's the big yellow round thing that was like egg shaped with long arms. I don't know. There was that thing that looked a little odd, and then there was the that green like dinosaur looking thing with the pink flower on its head.
Yeah. There's a few.
But like, if those are the only ones in this entire video that jumped out at me, then I'm like, eh.
I'll try not to be
Sure,
too
similarities
loud.
are gonna
I'll
happen.
mute my mic to actually open it.
Hell yeah. Like,
Do
similarities
you
are
want
going
to watch
to
Moist
happen.
Critical's video on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. I'm just going on a little bit of a tangent. Vibes based on that video alone, I'm giving it a solid like 70.
So hold on. Let's see.
Maybe I should just go
Go to
Penguin's
go to his
Palworld.
just go to his channel.
I'm on his channel.
Okay, and then let's see. Where is it? Hold on, I watched it recently. Let me look in my recent videos and I'll find the name of it.
Is it huge Palworld drama?
Yeah, I think so.
The other ones just look like gameplay.
Unfortunately, the fun police have arrived at
Yep.
my door, sirens blaring, and they're demanding that I give a statement defending my crime of enjoying Palworld. Palworld is a game that's become more popular than Stanley Cups right now, with an absolute explosion onto the scene, selling over
More
7
popular
million
than
copies
Stanley
in less than a week
Cups.
and reaching a concurrent
That craze
player
was
count
fucking
of
insane.
over 2 million, which is the second highest peak Steam has ever seen, second only to PUBG, which is a game that was so popular that it was basically bigger than the Bible for a while. And another thing that really helped with this is the price point. Palworld is under $30. Meanwhile, every Pokemon game, even the older ones like Sword and Shield and Let's Go Pikachu, are still $60. And yet Palworld offers 20 times the amount of content and 20 times the fun of these modern Game Freak Pokemon games. it's a better deal. If you've been watching any of my streams over the last few days, or even just over the last few days, I've uploaded 3 videos on this bad boy. It's pretty clear this thing makes me smile. I've got some childlike whimsy when it comes to Palworld. It's extremely rare for me to get as invested in a game as I have with Palworld. The game is surprisingly deep. It's more of a survival game that has a Pokemon element to it for creature catching. And I just love the entire package here. It's in early access, so it's expectedly buggy and glitches out the wazoo with so many flaws and so many problems, but it has so many elements in it that are done well enough and haven't really been blended together successfully in the past that it feels unique and really fun. The thing it gets compared to most besides Pokemon is Ark, and Ark is a game that I found so boring that it would probably cure anyone's insomnia if they were exposed to it for more than 15 minutes. It's also non-functional. I tried to play Ark on stream because my friends and I wanted to build up a really nice like crew and eventually raid the devs in the game, but I couldn't even play it on stream because it's so infested with hackers. Anytime I went to a server, a hacker would go in and shut it down and kick us out for 10 minutes. So I couldn't even play that fucking thing. And Palworld just works. Like, even when the servers do go down from stress, they're only down for like 5 minutes tops. Whereas in Ark, if you get into a server within 5 minutes, you've just done a speedrun world record. Now, I know I'm kind of gushing grannies about Palworld right off rip, but I want to make it clear I really like the game. So the drama was quite the head scratcher for me. So let's get into like the actual meat of the subject. Palworld is exploding right now, one of the most popular games there is, and there is so much controversy around it, with tons of people trying to make anyone that likes it feel bad for liking it, making all kinds of arguments against it, and I want to go through each and every one of these because I find it to be really surprising that this is where we're at right now, and in the beginning of 2024, that we're mad at bootleg Pokemon here for doing what Game Freak refuses to do, innovate. So, I've been very vocal about my distaste for Game Freak's work over the last decade and some change. I think Game Freak is the laziest developers in the world. They get the task once every couple years to go in and copy and paste.
I do agree with that.
Game Freak and whoever makes the new Call of Duty games every year.
The most
Activision.
most recent Pokemon games have all been the exact same thing.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, aside from doing what Palworld is doing, there's not a lot you can do with Pokemon as a concept.
If nothing else, they
Like,
can
as-
better the
as-
graphics.
Well,
I'm not as concerned
as
about Pokemon graphics.
no,
I
I'm not
would
either.
prefer nicer graphics.
To me, that's the appeal of it, is the like super basic graphics style. But as far as like the idea of it being like conceptually like kids with these little creatures in their pockets and go out and battle and stuff like that, there's not a lot you can expand on with that.
See, I do disagree though because, you know, Legend of Zelda used to be very much the same thing over and over. He'll, you know,
Well, but Legend of Zelda, at least my understanding of it, is not nearly as constrictive as Pokemon's. Here's a kid, he's got some little monsters inside these little balls. He goes out and fights other little monster balls kids. You know, like that baseline concept is like
yeah, but even then,
without changing it to where it's like without changing it to the point where it'll lose interest to people that play Pokemon for that concept. Legend of Zelda is like fantasy land with a princess and a big bad. You can do a lot with that.
well, but even then, they haven't really changed the gameplay or the story, except for that most recent one that I don't remember what it's called, where it was supposed to be more like Breath of the Wild, like an open world explore game.
You talking
That
about
people-
Legend of Zelda still?
No, Pokemon.
Hmm.
But people didn't like it.
Well, I mean that's like It
But
goes back to Sonic as well. You could say the same thing about Sonic because, like, a lot of Sonic games are still the, like, go from level to level, being a speedy blue guy, and beating Robotnik. And you can change the level designs and the actual, like, story of each game, but it's still going to be the same concept of,
but Pokemon hasn't even changed the story yet, man. It's
Yeah.
literally
They-
the same
It's
story.
the same
that's-
fucking thing every
that's
time.
what I'm trying to say, though, is that Pokemon is, as a concept, is more constrictive. Because it's kids on their 10th birthday get Pokeballs and go fight Pokemon battles. That is the concept of Pokemon.
But you could still switch up the story a little bit.
You could,
it's
but
l-
then it wouldn't be that, like, you would have to change the whole foundation at that point.
I disagree.
Like, it'd still be the same gameplay style, but
But that part of the story is being a kid with balls that fights other people with balls. That's not the story I'm talking about. I'm talking about
You go, there's a natural disaster with one of the legendaries. You have to find a stone. The big bad team has a leader that
see,
you have
I-
to work your way up through.
again,
and they're the reason.
I know nothing about Pokemon. So, like, without elaborating on that aspect of it, I think you mean kids with balls that fight kids with balls.
No.
it's literally the exact to the T same story every
Gotcha.
single game. Every single element.
On that aspect, fucking change that shit.
Yeah, that's why he's saying they're lazy. Is because they don't even change up the story. They just copy and paste the story from the last game.
Well, no, I agreed that they're lazy.
Change Team Rocket to Team Magma and say the new legendary has wheels now.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah,
That's what
no,
they did.
the new legendaries become bikes that you ride. They're going the way that they took Yu-Gi-Oh, where they started riding their cards. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I know nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Let's see what Charlie has to say more about Palworld.
Yeah, he's got good
It's
points.
their last Pokemon game with no real effort, and somehow they still fuck it up every time. The modern Pokemon games have been the same formula. They haven't changed anything. When they've tried with like Arceus, they didn't really go full hog wild with it. They dipped their toes into a couple of ideas and then fucking fell flat on it with mediocre execution. They're too afraid and not talented enough to actually use the Pokemon formula to deliver anything high quality. Multi-billion-dollar franchise, the most fucking lucrative franchise.
Can we pause real quick?
History.
Just that one phrase to me, I want to rescind what I said about the developers being lazy,
Mm-hmm.
because 9 times out of 10 it's not the developer's fault. It's the actual corporation.
I guarantee you it's Nintendo.
Yeah.
Right. There's an incredibly high chance that it's not actually Game Freak's fault or the people that actually, like, make the games. It's Nintendo being like, this is what it's supposed to be, this is what you need to do, here's your budget, do it. Here's your budget, here's your deadline, do it.
This may be going down a weird rabbit hole, but I kind of want to blame the booming popularity of old Pokemon cards for the
Yeah.
games not changing.
Yeah, I can
Because
see that.
Why the fuck do you need to change up the game's formula when the Pokemon cards make you way more money than a game could?
Yeah. Well, and also just his point that the developers are, like, too scared to change and not talented enough to change. You can't say that based on what a corporation is telling them to do.
I do
Like,
agree.
that's
Probably
not how
does.
game development works, especially for something as huge as a Nintendo game.
Yeah.
You cannot blame the actual development team You blame the people that pay the development team. So like calling their talent out kind of irked me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
It's Charlie. He's got to say some biting shit, you know.
Yeah. I would also like to see if we can't find something a little bit more critical of Palworld, because right now it seems like everything is supportive that we've watched. Granted, we've
Still look
watched
like they're made
3 minutes of this video, so
Well, I do think the last one was critical of
Yeah.
Palworld.
I agree.
it was critical of certain aspects of it. It wasn't critical of um like it was critical of the NPCs and the fact that it's early access,
What-
not of like the concept or anything like that.
He also has his own criticisms of it, and I think it's better to watch a video that has both sides rather than just all their criticisms, because then it just feels like it's
Well, no,
exceedingly
that's what I'm saying though is like, to me, the first video we watched, yes, it had some criticisms, but to me they were kind of just like cop out criticisms. They're like, oh, it's early access, so some things aren't complete yet, you know. And I don't know what his are gonna be. We've not watched the whole video yet, so like I'll wait until we see that. But it so far it feels overly positive, if that makes sense.
Probably because he enjoys the game.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So like I want to find something that's less positive so we do have both sides of it instead of just people that enjoy the game.
I'm sorry, I'm just realizing. Does he have a fucking gamer subs
It looks
Yes.
like it, yeah.
claw machine?
Yes.
Okay.
by middle school students as part of some kind of computer science project. It's embarrassing. Like Scarlet and Violet barely even fucking worked. And now we have Palworld that comes out from basically an indie studio that does Pokemon so much better. It should be celebrated that Pokemon is finally being realized for the potential of the concept. There is so much you can do with this, and Palworld is showcasing it, which is why it's so popular. So we shouldn't be content just accepting the sewage, the absolute rotten sludge that Game Freak feeds us when it comes to its Pokemon games. Because now we've tasted delicacy with Palworld. And it's so far from perfect, but it's still so much better than anything Game Freak has done recently. It's not even a competition. But anyway, sorry, I keep getting off like on tangents right away, but I'm clearly pretty passionate about this topic. So the first thing people immediately started to target Palworld for is the obvious, that it's extraordinarily derivative of Pokemon, even from its designs. There are so many pals in Palworld that are basically a carbon copy of Pokemon, just with the color changed. It's actually the meme of copy my homework, but don't make it too obvious, you know. And then you get the homework, and the only thing that changes is the name on the paper, but it sticks. And admittedly, that is the case with some of the pals in the game. Not all of them, not even most of them, but a small chunk of them, for sure, are very clearly borrowing many design elements from their Pokemon counterparts. So much so that my friends and I often refer to those pals by their Pokemon name, because they're so close. Now, this has gone a little bit chaotic on Twitter, where
excuse me.
people are calling things that don't look similar copies. So a big one was Pinking in Palworld being compared to the penguin counterparts in Pokemon. And these two don't look even remotely similar. They just take the concept of an emperor penguin and do something silly with it in different ways. This tweet sums it up nicely by saying that this actually showcases Palworld putting
Yeah,
changing a design concept.
I don't see that one being called
Yeah,
similar at all, unless it's people just trolling.
Not even a little bit.
I don't think anyone. It's a penguin. No, like that's not a genuine thing people are saying. That's people trolling you.
With their own. So it is a legitimate criticism to dislike how derivative some of the designs are and how it clearly borrows maybe too closely to quite a few of them. But it got out of control with people just saying that for every pal in the game when it's just absolutely not the case. But this is a legitimate criticism that I think is totally reasonable to have and hold against Palworld. I too would like if their designs were a little bit more unique, for sure. That is one of my complaints about the game. Does it ruin my enjoyment of it? Absolutely not. It definitely is it a bit of a blemish on it? For sure. But now let's get into the ones that I think have absolutely no merit whatsoever. One of the major things people were saying day one with Palworld is that it's just an asset flip. This was a perspective shared by many that decided not to turn their brain on for the day, and they went viral with people pumping their fists like, yeah, it is an asset flip. This was a big one saying that it was creatively bankrupt and poorly put together asset flip of a game. This was another one saying that 10 years ago an asset flip game like this would have been relentlessly ridiculed and also called it generative AI slop. We'll get into all the...
Okay. I do want to say something about the asset flip concept.
Mm-hmm.
It does feel like when people say, because this always irks me. Fuck, what's it called? Like fan writing,
Mm-hmm.
Fan fiction.
fan fiction. When people say that's not creative, it's creative bankrupt to do fan fiction. No, you're writing a completely separate story.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, highly disagree on that point. As in, like, saying it's creatively bankrupt. I highly disagree with that.
Yeah.
I've read
Is-
fanfics that are a million times more creative than the original works.
are a lot of the elements derivative of other games? Yes. But does that mean it is not creative whatsoever? No.
No.
There is creativity in repurposing a concept and creating something different. Let's continue the video.
Yeah, that to me feels like contrarians being contrarians just for the sake of it.
Now, in the first tweet, calling it creatively bankrupt, that's totally fine to say that. Like I said, there are a lot of designs that are very clearly borrowed from Pokemon, but overall, the product is not creatively bankrupt. I haven't seen a Pokemon with gun style game that has survival elements that are blended together pretty well with a really large world with quite a lot to do in it. Granted, a lot of times, a lot of the biomes of the world are super barren and empty, but overall, I'd say that I haven't really seen any other games like Palworld, so I definitely wouldn't call it creatively bankrupt, but maybe he's playing some real heaters behind the scenes that aren't released yet. But anyway, calling it an asset flip, I think is some absolute smooth brain nonsense. Either you don't know what an asset flip game is, or you're just baiting engagement through being incendiary for the sake of some numbers on your tweets. There's just no way anyone genuinely thinks that about this game. I am a connoisseur of asset flips. If you watch my streams, you know I do something called Bad Game Night, where I'll go through Steam's new releases and play games that nobody has ever heard of, looking for the stinkiest, most foul abominations game engines are capable of pumping out, and most of those games are legitimate asset flips. What it means is the game is composed entirely of store-bought assets, and everything is just jumbled together into an absolute mess that kind of works. Usually what it is some kind of open-world zombie horde shooter. That's your most notable culprit, your most common offender of being an asset flip. It just takes things from the Unreal Engine store, it takes the guns, the character, sets it in there, and you just randomly shoot zombies and other assets that charge at you, and that's the whole game. That's a fucking asset flip. There's varying degrees of it. That's your most egregious example. Palworld should not even be in the same sentence as asset flip. Does it use assets? Absolutely. You know what else does? Everything else. Every other game in existence uses assets to different degrees. Palworld is no exception there. There is clearly assets there, but it's not the bulk of the game. It's not entirely composed of it or anything like that. They are used in their product the same way they are in every other major release. It's not a fucking asset flip. And if we're going to play ball with this idea, you know what would absolutely qualify as an asset flip to people that believe this for Palworld? Dark and Darker. Dark and Darker is another game that I absolutely love, and this was a video game industry darling for a little while. And Dark and Darker is almost entirely composed of Unreal Engine assets that they bought and put into their game. They openly state that much of the 3D graphics assets were purchased from the Unreal Marketplace, and there are tons of links to them in the store that they used in the game. It's a ton of assets they used in it. Significantly more than Palworld. Why did I not hear a whole bunch of hoopla about Dark and Darker being an asset flip? That's weird. It seems really selective to just choose Palworld for this. It doesn't make any sense. They clearly haven't played the game and we're
on
grasping
that
at straws for
statement,
something.
on that question rather, the answer is Dark and Darker wasn't derivative of something as popular as Pokemon. people are annoyed at Palworld because it is so derivative of Pokemon.
Well,
Dark and Darker was not.
I think people are mixing up asset flip with, not being because Dark and Darker was a new, like, kind of a new game concept.
Right.
There hadn't been another game like Dark and Darker.
Mm-hmm.
Palworld is different, and I think people are mixing up in their head.
Oh yeah,
What an asset flip is
100%. People
and
just
what,
don't know what it means.
yeah,
They're seeing similarities visually, and they're to another very popular franchise, and they're like, "Hey, asset flip."
yeah.
Nobody actually knows what it means that's using it.
To shit on it for because it's popular is how it seems, because it is just by no definitions an asset flip. But now let's get into some of the other ones that have been very controversial. A big one is the claim that a lot of it was AI generative. Now, this is a real problem that I think the video game industry is going to be facing very soon, with AI being integrated into games in a way that's going to be extremely scary going forward. Take a lot of jobs and produce a lot of slop. I think that is absolutely right around the corner. But right now, there is no proof at all that that AI was used in any way in Palworld. Right now, all that evidence is based off the developer, as well as a couple of statements I believe the CEO made in a previous project. There's a PC Gamer article going over this as well that talks about how this AI claim is right now just based off of hunches. There's a ton of people playing Super Sleuth right now and investigating whether or not AI was used, and at the moment there's no substantiated evidence to back up any claims that AI was used in this project at all. Now, if it does come out that AI was used in this game, that will certainly change my impression of it. I am not looking forward to the future where AI is replacing real human ingenuity in entertainment. I am very much dreading that. It's extremely concerning to imagine that future where all of your entertainment is just part of an algorithm that the AI knows that you're going to enjoy and clap and spit up at. So, if it does come out that Palworld used AI in a big capacity during its development, obviously that's going to change how I feel about the game, 100%. But right now, again, there is no proof of AI being used here, and yet some people are singing it like it's the gospel and 100% confirmed and true, based off nothing, which is basically Twitter in a nutshell, to be honest. Now let's get to one that I actually...
Okay. Don't really have a point to say about the AI because we already talked about the AI. Just wanted to pause the video because we haven't said
Okay.
anything.
Yeah, that's a good thought process.
We already talked about the AI point, and I agree. If it did come out that it was done mostly by AI, it would probably change my view on it. Just because that's a little stinky. It's a little stinky poop, in my opinion. I think AI should be used more as a helper for certain things and not, used as the main thing, like Cargill said earlier.
Yeah.
Do you have
The
a different
building,
opinion?
put together the building blocks, not finalize the artistic aspect.
Yep.
found to be the most interesting at the time. There was a Twitter thread that came out talking about how the models are exactly the same in Palworld to some of the Pokemon counterparts, basically insinuating that they kind of just took the models and tweaked them slightly but kept everything else intact. They copied the models and made exact replicas, which would be a big deal. If
That
they
one
took that
did
and
look
copied it
like
for their game, that would probably open
Dragonair.
them up to a huge lawsuit from Nintendo, because that is literally just stealing their work. But then this morning it turns out that the person that was posting all the threads going over like how the models are the exact same meshes and everything was a bunch of hooey. It was a load of dirty
I'll be right
barnacles. It turns out they were actually doing like some dubious scaling in order to make them fit, so it wasn't exact meshes or copies or anything like that. And they even openly admitted that they feel regretful for calling it exact and this and that. And then they posted a pin tweet saying this: I am doing this because I think it's disgusting how much Palworld glorifies animal abuse. What in tarnation? What the hell is even that? That is a load of poop with some fart on it. You're doing this because Palworld
I saw that
glorifies
as well.
animal abuse. It's a video game. Someone also
That's one of
pointed
the
out
things I
that
saw
Pokemon
online.
is literally sanitized cockfighting, which it is. I mean, you're making the animals fight each around saying, I think that's bad too. So then where is this energy for Pokemon? Like, it doesn't compute. I can't tell if they're just trolling or not, but they have so many threads about how Palworld copied the exact meshes and, insinuating that there's so much foul play there that it feels weird if it'd be satirical because we went through so much effort to, like, take down Palworld with these claims or like attempt to. It's so odd. It's a video game. It's not real. There's no animal abuse and it's not promoting it. No kid's gonna play Palworld and go out, find some kind of exotic animal and make it work in the mines. Like, that's not gonna happen. It's what is happening? What's going on here? So anyway, the claims about
the
the meshes being exact aren't true. However, I wanted to do more digging because even if you just look at it with the old eyeball test, the
the
meshes of
the people
models
that
of
get that
Palworld are
upset over
super
stuff in
similar.
video games, like the like fantasy violence in like Minecraft and shit, go touch grass.
Yeah.
For real, like, talk about fucking chronically online bullshit, like.
Huh?
That's one of the most annoying things to me when it comes to criticisms of games. Like, it's a video game. It's a work of fiction for a reason.
By the way, Cargyle, for that TikTok, for your guys' band TikTok, how wet
Yeah.
did your knees get for
Pretty damn wet.
that?
Not as wet as my butt, though, when I sat in Nick's passenger seat in his car because he had his window down while we were practicing and it was raining.
Oh God.
My mistake.
To the Pokemon ones. The shapes are
I
the
had to be
same.
really
A
careful
lot
with my
of
bass,
the
though.
placement of certain appendages and stuff is in the same location. So I did a little sleuthing of my own here, did a little digging around, and I found a YouTuber named GoGo who was a technical animator and gave their perspective on this and talked about why the similarities in the meshes matters. Now there are differences between them, obviously, like the topology of it is very different from Palworld Pokemon, but the general shape remains mostly the same, and some of the locations of certain appendages on other models is similar to the Pokemon one or in the same location. And GoGo explains how this helps with animation if you're looking to take an animation and bring it over to something else because the shape stays the same, it makes it simpler and quicker. Now I want to be clear, GoGo's not pointing the finger here trying to accuse Palworld of doing anything wrong, and in fact even mentions that Nintendo could easily sue and they'd already have all of the evidence. They probably would have already sued if this was the case, if Palworld developers were just taking their models and porting the
Yeah.
animations over or something.
That
Nintendo
was
had already taken action.
exactly what I was saying earlier with the last video.
It's pretty quick to access. So GoGo's just giving their perspective as an industry.
Yeah, because the second Nintendo was like, oh, we can milk this fucking indie company for 2 cents,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Nintendo would be fucking jerking that.
Nintendo has a super itchy trigger finger when it comes to copyright.
Hey, I did
Especially considering they go by multiple different countries' copyright laws, depending on where they decide to sue.
Also, didn't the person who did the Bowser AI render penis, didn't they just post that to their Patreon?
I don't think it was an AI render, because that
Not
was
an AI
before
render. I meant
AI.
3D.
That was
I
I
meant
want to
3D
say.
model. 3D render.
I don't think it was on their Patreon. I think it was on their Tumblr, wasn't it?
I don't know. I just
Either
thought
way,
the background of the picture said Patreon.
might have, but yeah, they sculpted a 3D model of Bowser's penis with spikes all over it,
And Nintendo sent him a
and a spiky cock ring, and Nintendo was like, "This is ours. You can't do this," which is hilarious to me.
That these shapes do matter, and since they're so similar, it does open the door to speculation on whether or not the Palworld developers copy and pasted things like the animation or something of that effect. It just leads to speculation on whether or not they're being truthful about creating from scratch. Again, GoGo isn't making any accusations against them, just stating that the shapes are important, even if it's not like exact one-to-one meshes. Just having the shapes be in like the exact same order and same placement is still a big deal in the profession, according to GoGo. Of course, I'm not in the industry, so so I don't know. It's still pretty interesting nonetheless. And another thing GoGo mentions that I want to mention is that a lot of people have brought up the fact that a lot of Pokemon are based on real-world animals, and thus a lot of the pals in Palworld are based on animals. There's only so many ways of conveying a snake, or a lamb, or a stingray. Like, the shapes there are going to be pretty closely resembling each other, I imagine, because at its core, it's still this real-life animal that we know. So, like, a snake is going to look cylindrical and long across, right? So that could be an explanation for it, but since it is still so close, it does just have that level of speculation to it. Though I do think that argument could also work for shooters as well. So, like, there's only so many ways of conveying a certain gun, right? So I bet if you broke down the mesh and model of a lot of guns, comparing Call of Duty guns to Battlefield guns to any other FPS guns, you'd probably find the meshes look pretty similar there too. And I
The
don't think that indicates that they're
the
just copy and
the
pasting.
problem with that comparison, most of those are real guns. They're not they're not just some random creative design they came up with. It is a real gun that they built a mesh for.
No, there are real animals though, and that's what he's saying is that
Yes, but they're not like, oh, here's a cat. It's here's a thing that's based on a cat, you know? It's way different when it comes to something like a gun
I do agree
being
it's different.
like a freaking it's way different from having a Desert Eagle in one game and then calling another game a copycat for also having a Desert Eagle versus having this weird amalgamation of a cat and dolphin that is in another game as well, you know, that's very similar in the second game. It's completely different things to have a real world thing built into a game versus something loosely based on a real world thing.
I agree.
Shit. But
That kind of
again, I'm not knowledgeable
false
enough on
equivalence
this area to really
bothers
speak
me.
on it with any real authority. I'm just giving my perspective on it. I do agree that there's only so many ways of conveying like a snake and shit, but it's really odd how there are very similar elements shared in the mesh to Pokemon counterparts that aren't normally there on a snake. But anyway, there's still no concrete proof that
So he did agree with you there.
Well, and to
He
me
just went a
personally,
roundabout way of saying it.
I never saw this snake. To me personally, it's not the ones that look like the real world counterparts, like the sheep and stuff. Because those, I agree, there's not a lot you can do with a sheep and still have it look like a sheep. My thing comes from the ones that don't necessarily look like real world counterparts, like the little blue penguin that looks like a chubby Piplup.
Well, that's what he was just saying. He was saying that, you know, that doesn't excuse the ones
Yeah,
that
no.
do look like Pokemon.
Right, that's what I'm saying, is like it was a very it was a weird way of saying certain ones like the sheep and the snake are gonna have to look like sheep and snake.
Yeah.
Other ones don't have to look as similar as they do.
Yeah.
That's yeah. So I am agreeing with him. I'm just saying that the way he said it, to me, you could have said it better.
He just went on a roundabout way of saying it.
Yeah.
Palworld developers took these meshes and are just copy and pasting this shit behind the scenes. So these were all the main controversial talking points used to shit on Palworld and say that we shouldn't be encouraging it. This game doesn't deserve its success, this and that. And I understand like some people being put off by it being too derivative. That's understandable. But a lot of the other things like AI, there's no proof of it even being used in Palworld, and yet it's being used for this gotcha for why Palworld's the ultimate evil. Shit like that, I just think is reaching for controversy or calling it like an asset flip. There's plenty of things to not like about the game. As I said, it's so far from perfect, but it's still super fun and significantly better than anything Game Freak has put out in a long, long time. So I personally am not super bothered by some of the designs being extremely derivative. I hope they don't go that direction in the future. It seems like they're actually going to be updating this game, they just released a roadmap already, and it's been less than a week, so they're already looking to keep updating the game and improving it. So I'm excited to see where it'll be by the end of the year if they keep up that energy, because I do think there's so much potential here, and it is showing that there is a lot of potential, a lot of juice left here in the Pokemon idea, the concept of creature catching, monster taming. So I've been really enjoying it. If there is big revelations about AI being used, or if it turns out that they have been copy and pasting Pokemon shit behind the scenes, obviously that would change my perception of it quite a bit. But as of right now, there's still no proof of any of
Yeah.
that. But yeah, anyway, that's my full thoughts on the whole
The
Palworld drama.
the baseless accusations based on just the fact that things are visually similar, I totally agree is
Yeah.
baseless accusations without some sort of definitive evidence aside from visual similarities. Like, you can't really do much with that.
Well, and also I kind of agree with his main ending point there. It doesn't bother me either. None
Yep.
of it bothers me.
Nope.
Even if it was derivative of Poke.
I don't
Doesn't,
care.
like, yeah,
Well,
doesn't
it is certifiably derivative
that's
of
but
Pokemon.
I mean, if even if it was like if they were using Pokemon's models for some reason.
I don't care.
Like,
They're
so
doing it better than
it doesn't
Pokemon's doing it.
That does bother me a lot. Like, I totally get. I don't get it. I'm gonna say I totally get differing viewpoints and stuff, but for me, like, I don't know. It just irks me to just outright rip something like that. You know.
It's not like they're a small company, mom and pop thing, losing money on it. They've made trillions of dollars. I'm honestly not concerned.
That's not it's not about the monetary aspect of it to me. It's about the character aspect of it. It's just poor character to rip something like that.
No, I mean, I suppose, yeah, but just to get it started, get it off, they had no idea it was going to be this big. They just were throwing
No.
it together.
I get that. And like
Now
I said,
this gives them the
I'm not saying
avenue
that
to
it
actually
is
pursue their own designs and
right,
and
like
make it its own thing.
the similarities it's not just that they're similar. It's if they were outright ripping models,
Mm-hmm.
that would be the concern.
Yeah.
And if the models were similar enough that Nintendo would be pursuing copyright infringement.
Well, if the models
But-
were similar enough,
but-
like he said, Nintendo already would have done.
That's what I was
Yeah.
just getting ready to say. But because Nintendo is not doing that, then I'm like, what the fuck ever, you know?
I guarantee you, they've looked at it too.
Oh, 100%.
It's
With
such
how
a popular
popular it
game.
is,
Nintendo has looked at it
right?
and been like, "Yeah, we can't do anything about this."
You know what?
Well, I mean, they probably can, but for like maybe five monster designs, I don't think it's really worth it to shut down this whole thing, you know?
Have either of you played any of the Dragon Age games?
Yes.
No,
Which ones
Dragon
have you?
Age.
I have
Origins?
not played many games.
Is it Dragon Age Inquisition a game?
Yeah.
I think I've played Dragon Age Inquisition.
Have you played Origins?
No.
That's the one I played the most of. I really liked it. There's a new Dragon Age game coming out this summer that I'm looking forward to called Dragon Age Dreadwolf.
Mm.
It's on Steam, coming soon, and I'm kind of just looking at it here. It looks super interesting, and I hope.
Since I have this, you can continue saying that. I just want to ask, since I have Enshrouded pulled up on my store already, can I show you Enshrouded?
Yeah,
Just whenever.
I just really enjoyed Dragon Age Origins, and I really would like another game that encapsulated me like that one did.
Yeah.
Because that was like my first big. Because like I had played Oblivion, right, a little
Mhm.
bit, that was my first Dragon Age Origins was my first step into like a real big world game.
Yeah. Carl, did you?
Yeah, I was gonna say that I think I am going to end my stream. Um, and if anyone in chat would like to continue watching, um, go over to Chance's YouTube channel, Mistigan. I'm pasting the link in my chat right now.
And we have cameras over here so you can see mine and Nick's pretty faces.
Oh no, I see you guys. I just don't have mine set up.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, that was the thing. So, yeah, if you guys want to keep watching live, go over there. If you want to see past VODs, check the VODs out on his channel. If you want to see anything else that he does, check that out.
Bunch
I
of gaming stuff over there.
Yeah, I do plan to be live tomorrow night and Sunday night. Pretty sure planning on Left 4 Dead 2 with Ren and potentially one or two other friends. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and send you guys over to Chance.
Bye, Carl. Stream.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Okay, so I kind of want to show you guys Enshrouded, and then Cargo, because we already watched it. I wanted to see Chance's thought on that one Jubilee video.
Oh, the one that we watched.
Yeah.
What was it, Wednesday, with Lady in Jessica Rabbit dress?
Mm-hmm.
That one irked me a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
This is Enshrouded. It looks really fun.
A dangerous fog corrupts the land. You are Flameborn, the last ember of hope to push back the shroud. Like all heroic Flameborn, you will use your deadly sword skills to slay your enemies. That is not a sword. Okay, that's not a sword either. Oh, come on, you can't just punch everything.
I like
However you
I like
decide
this marketing style so far.
Yeah.
Wait, why are you sneaking around? I said head on. Okay, fine. Do it your way. But undoubtedly all Flameborn and Masters are building epic castles to show it. Oh, where's the castle? You're meant to be building an epic castle, not a hole in the ground. Although, that is nice.
That's fucking cool though.
Okay, so you can build whatever you like. Where was I? Yes, Flameborn are
The cave
explorers.
building is super fucking cool.
Yeah.
See,
That was one of my
Oh.
favorite things about Rust, but Rust didn't do it very well, so
now you're not.
that's epic.
Yes.
You're just doing whatever you want. Where are you going?
Ah,
No, not into the shroud. No way. You're not ready for this boss. He'll squash you. What's going on here? There's more of you now? Oh, so you're teaming up.
Okay, multiplayer.
You're all against me. Fine.
Up to 16.
Whatever you want.
up to 16?
Yeah.
I don't even have that
Holy
many
shit.
friends.
I don't even have half that many friends. Okay, yeah, no, that looks pretty fucking epic. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. It's also early access, but it already looks really
I was gonna
fun.
say, is it out already?
How
Yeah.
much is it?
Interesting.
26.
I'm adding it to my wish list literally right now.
Could you pull up Dragon Age Dreadwolf?
Yeah.
There's a couple teaser videos for
Oh,
it.
hey, Enshrouded is on my Steam special offers. Would you look at
It's
that?
on sale.
Add to your wish list. Oh yeah, I see that. $3 off.
And we always
Okay, I gotta
the crows
close
rule
that.
Antiva.
Glory to the risen gods. They come to deliver this world.
Grey Wardens don't hide in our castle. I won't ask good soldiers to turn tail and run. All the world will soon share the peace and comfort of my reign.
I liked that voice.
That does look really fucking cool.
I'm super pumped.
Is there a gameplay?
There's another
teaser on here?
official teaser thing. I don't know if it's gameplay
Okay,
or
can yeah. Oh, not actual gameplay. Okay. I just really want to see gameplay of it. Because I know a lot of the cinematics are way different than from the actual gameplay.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what the...
I'm hoping it's not a top-down.
Same. The only top-down I've played that I have enjoyed has been Baldur's Gate 3. And I still get annoyed with it.
It doesn't look like it will be.
Okay, this looks fucking sick.
We've got your back. I've got your back.
I have
Dragons, darkspawn,
I have some
even the dreadwolf.
reservations. I have some reservations, but I agree it looks like it could be really cool depending on the actual like gameplay element of it.
Yeah. If, as
what
long
do the
as
what do the pictures show? Because sometimes the
Pretty-
pictures.
pretty much the same stuff you saw in the video.
Oh, okay, yeah.
As long as it's not top-down, because I don't know why, but for some reason I hate top-down games. I just don't
Same.
enjoy them. If it's a top-down,
Like I said,
I don't know that I'll be able to do it.
Like I said, the only one that I've enjoyed has been Baldur's Gate 3. But part of that is because, one, the character customization and the actual detail on the character models being a top-down game is so fucking good.
Similar to games you've played, Baldur's Gate, Hogwarts Legacy.
Mhm.
Nice. Yeah, looks like it could be interesting. I am going to go use the bathroom though. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it says it's
You guys
gonna-
can continue talking.
Full reveal is summer 2024.
I'm also just... Come on, guys. Release another Elder Scrolls game, please.
No shit. Like,
They
Get-
fucking teased it.
give me. I'd be happy with a fully remastered Oblivion with some additional content.
Yeah.
I'd be
Any-
happy with that. Didn't they try to do some space age thing?
Starfield. Starfield was really fun, though. But
I heard that it flopped.
it didn't flop. It didn't have replays because it's a one-off, you play through, you're done game.
See, that was the best thing about Skyrim. You could play it through 100 times.
Starfield, you technically can. Because there is like a new game plus mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't feel built for that. I played through the whole game. It was fun. It took me like a week.
Huh.
But it is massive. And I did not get into all the gameplay mechanics, but I don't think I will go back and play it.
See, I feel like at this point yeah, it looks like Elder Scrolls Valenwood.
Valenwood.
So what I'm seeing when I typed up new Elder Scrolls game, it says Elder Scrolls VI Valenwood.
I didn't realize they named it.
IGN, everything we know about Elder Scrolls 6. Oh yeah, you're right. I had seen a little like teaser world that it was like just a shot of like the world, right?
Yeah. It's supposed to be, I think, 2025 or 2026.
That's unfortunate.
It's not that far away. But it is, too far.
Yeah.
For my liking. But as long as it releases and it's a good fucking game. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
As long as it feels like an Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah, because,
Like,
like,
it feels like
Oblivion was
Oblivion.
beautiful. Skyrim was beautiful. They had it right. They had the correct... What's the word I'm looking for? Recipe.
And you know what I'm really excited for? The fucking intro song.
Oh
Because
yeah.
they make it more epic every single time they release an Elder Scrolls game. And I don't know how they're gonna make it more epic than because I used to actually just listen to that song standalone when I was younger. I had that shit on my playlist because that was a badass song.
So do we have any more info on the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC?
I
Do you know
believe there was something about it recently. But I don't
So-
think that
Doesn't
there's
look like there's
actually
a
been
date.
release.
Yeah.
But I do know. I think they released some kind of like plan situation.
It says here data miners have found references to new items, new hairstyles, 30 new bosses, as many as 16 new NPC or enemy characters. Something
hope-
referred to as Elden Dreams.
I kind of hope they do go back and do like the forming of the Elden Ring world. Because that's one of the things that the Games Radar article I'm reading about it suggests is that it goes back and either talks about like what happened with the Black Knives or like goes into the rise of America.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like, because, like, looking at the promotional pictures they've done, the Erd Tree looks like it's burnt up, so this is definitely post stuff, so it seems like it's going to be a continuation of the story, almost.
And they have some of these pictures, the blonde figure on Torrent in the shadow of the Erd Tree.
Yep, I see that.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there's just
And
not a
there's-
lot out at the moment, it seems like.
What you looking at?
The Elden Ring DLC release stuff.
Oh,
Seeing when that's gonna come out.
hard telling.
Alright, do you mind if we watch this Jubilee video real quick?
Nope.
It is a fun one.
Just a little bit funny.
It is indeed a one.
Let me know when you're ready.
Ready.
Carl?
I'm ready.
More about money than a relationship.
But if she stole my money, yeah, that affects my life.
Men and women cannot just be friends. 3, 2, 1.
He's still deciding, but I'll go ahead. There's always this underlying current to a man and a woman when they're just friends because there's this sexual attraction, this energy that you can't even see it. It's always flowing. And men, as you know, you guys are conquerors. You want a conquest. You want to, even if it's a friend, sometimes that develops into more simply because law of familiarity, you start getting close and comfortable, and maybe you weren't attracted to her initially, but that opposition of that sexual polarity always kicks in.
What if a man is like not attracted to women? Just like generally, do you think that's still
You mean if they take a different
like a gay man and
sexual orientation?
and a woman being friends?
Well, I think that that's different, perhaps because they're attracted to men. So in that moment, they
The guy in the back, he has no idea.
Well,
He's like, oh shit, yeah, you're
always
right.
masculine, feminine energy, whether you're man or woman. So if the man is gay and identifies as being attracted to men, then he's in a feminine energy.
I pointed that out
Now,
when
if
we
there's
watched
two
it
of
the
them,
first
there's one
time.
that's more masculine,
I
one
do
feminine.
not like her air quotes
Two of
over
my
the word
best
gay.
friends are women. We have great times together. And
that
honestly, not once
irks
have
me a
I
lot.
considered sleeping with them or anything like that.
Ever?
No. But that's the thing is though.
In
that's
their
why.
darkest hour, in your darkest hour, come on.
No.
Because you like, no, I don't.
Because we started off as friends, and then this is like I said, I
A lot
was
of-
never attracted to them.
A lot of relationships start like that today, even though I discourage it. They say I'm not attracted to them, but
My
it'll
thing
grow,"
is
and
like,
I'm
what
always
if I
like,
think of them
"Eh,
as a
it
sibling?
can happen.
It can, but
But the odds of
Because
it,
most
so
of
I
my
agree with you on
friends
that.
I think
that's
of
why
as
I was like, I do
siblings,
understand it.
and I would
Well,
never
what-
fuck my sibling.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
It's. I do think men and women can be friends. I do agree. It is possible, if you weren't attracted to them at one point, for you to become attracted, or for you to become attracted to each other, just because you get closer and get to know each other.
Yeah, familiarity.
But I don't
Is a
think
thing,
that
but-
is 100% going to happen.
No, it's not an incredibly common thing. Like I wouldn't even say it's like 50%.
Two of my best friends are
No.
women, and not once. Everyone keeps saying like, "Oh, you're gonna," and I'm like, "It's not." 'cause
You never know.
attraction was never
Life
there.
is a long time.
Are your friends attractive?
Yes.
Like they look good.
But attractive is subjective.
But
It
like,
does
like
depend on the
this like generally speaking, like your
Yes.
girls like look good, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you was just lonely, like it's been a moment, you didn't want to beat it, you know what I mean? Or like, you know.
There's a special exemption. I'm non-monogamous, so I never have to worry about.
Oh,
Well, that's why.
so you getting played. So you ain't worried about your man.
He's like getting it, so he doesn't need it. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
if-
But if you was lonely and you wasn't getting it though, and your friend was throwing it
I
at
guess
you,
that's a
This guy is the realest motherfucker.
Come to the dark side.
If he's
Okay,
not
okay,
attracted,
okay.
if we're not attracted,
Yeah, I'm like,
it's just friends.
Yeah.
As a
I guess that's a different question, though. Would you fuck your friends?
Yeah, that's a very different question.
Yeah.
Because
And there's a huge difference between fucking a friend and being in a romantic relationship.
people are friends with benefits.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
a dynamic that exists.
I've had one or two.
So like
Yeah.
you can still be quote unquote just friends and fuck. Like fucking is not a romantic relationship for everyone.
Yeah, it is for me personally.
Yeah, I'm just saying not for everyone.
Yeah.
I would be on the strongly disagree line. Like, of course there will be exceptions, but like, yes, men and women can indeed just be friends. Not most. Most of the women I know are just friends and will always be just friends.
Yeah. Like Ashley. Ashley's
And-
just my friend.
Like Ashley and like Hannah, like, and really any of my friends' significant others. Like, they will always just be friends to me. There will never even be an inkling of a thought.
Yeah.
Like,
Straight, very
it-
monogamous
g-
man. I grew up mainly being friends with women. I felt more comfortable in those
Same.
spaces. I felt more comfortable talking to women. I've never been like a bro, rah rah rah, that type of thing. So I think men and women absolutely can be. I have friends that I've had since elementary school, middle school. We talk very often and we talk about all these things, and it has never affected that aspect of the relationship because we're men and women. We're just people, and people can be friends. It's not.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
So my perspective is from kind of a Christian worldview.
Oh,
I
God.
believe that God created man and woman to come together in love and attraction to be one. And so from that standpoint, I believe that there is just a natural attraction. I have had some extremely close friends that were girls, and that attraction just developed because it wasn't just physical, but it was love. It was getting to see how they were around their family, around kids, what they do for work. What they
That
do
or
for
you're a
life,
fuck
developing
boy.
that relationship. So from my perspective, that attraction develops because I wasn't just looking at her from just, she's just a body. Yeah, she's just a piece of meat.
But I also think you can find somebody attractive and not want to be romantically involved with them.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying when I was saying that you can fuck and not be in a romantic relationship.
A lot of, you know, friends, male and female, I can recognize attractive qualities about.
Mm-hmm.
I can
Right?
say that's an attractive quality in this person.
Yeah.
Do I want to be romantically involved with you or Chance? No.
Yeah.
You don't want me.
What I'm saying, you
You'd
can
fuck me though, right?
recognize attractive quality. Yeah, we can fuck, but
Yes.
No,
not
Hannah said
romantic.
no. Hannah said no.
You develop that emotional attraction or
Which is why I'm over here. Yes, joining this dark
Can you not?
side.
I would ask.
Because I completely agree with you on that. From
Can
the
you
same
love-
Christian
Yes.
standpoint, 100%.
Oh
Wait, hold up. Have you been sleeping all right?
No.
no.
You'll keep me more melody as
Leave me alone.
Physically attractive. 3, 2.
Wait, what was the question?
I would date someone who do not find physically attractive.
Okay.
You want to say something first?
That
I
dude
do all
in the
time,
back, man.
because there's a lot you don't just from the physicalness. It's like sometimes there's some people that I learned just by not going in based on physical attractionness. I end up being attracted to them just because of their personality, and you know, looks can be deceiving. I could say the same on the opposite end, where I thought someone was absolutely attractive, but then I got to know them and they were the worst person I could have possibly been on a date with.
I feel like you can definitely not be attracted to somebody initially, and then as you get to know
Yeah.
them. But I feel like at that point, like once I like someone's personality romantically, I probably
They're
also
automatic.
think they're attractive.
I would say that for some, you know, it's not a reflection on your character, how weighted appearance versus personality might be. It differs from person to person. I think that we have our preferences, and I think that a certain element of physical attractiveness is fitness, health, hygiene, and that reflects on usually competence, responsibility, and dedication. But I do see it as important, although not the full package by any means.
Right.
It's the very first.
I think it's a very good point that as you get to know someone's personality, you can be more like romantically attracted.
I think even physically attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was gonna say, if initially you don't find them physically attractive, if you're like, you know, then as you get to know them and as you become romantically attracted, that in a lot of cases will not skew but adjust
Yeah.
your physical attractiveness to them to think that they're physically attractive. And like if you're Mr. Non-monogamous man, I can't say that word.
Non-monogamous.
Yeah. If you're that guy, then like you could have someone depending on how your relationships work and stuff, you could have a person that's primarily like this style of relationship and then someone that's primarily this style of relationship, and you could be dating someone that you don't find physically attractive at all, but they're a dope ass person and you want to spend a ton of time with them and be with them and stuff like that. And you could also be dating someone that, yeah, you like their personality, but they got a nice butt. like depending on how you view things, like I think I would probably stay right on the middle line if I'm entirely honest. I wouldn't go one side or the other.
Yeah, I mean, I always tend to lean more towards personality, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said the other day, me and Hannah have had conversations when we first started dating, and I was talking about how I do dating apps when I don't really skip many people. There's very specific things, yes, where I would skip them, but those things typically have to do with personality traits I dislike.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Hannah is much more selective. But I think that's just kind of men and women in general for the most part.
Yeah. And it's also just a person to person thing. I mean,
Impression you get of most people. Yes. Because, like, you meet someone and you can't hear their voice the first thing most of the time. You just see them. And you're like, oh, that person's attractive. Or, like, I don't see myself with that person because I don't find them attractive. And that's totally fine. Not everybody's attracted to everybody. But me personally, I would not be with someone I don't find attractive.
So, so I gotta give context here, right? If I'm meeting you in person and you don't look good, then I'm over there with y'all. But if I'm meeting you through a dating app and I get catfished, but you're kind of cool, right? Then, because I met a girl that had nice pictures, but then when I seen her in person, she was a little bit bigger than I prefer, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Well, everyone can have nice pictures today.
Now, there's nothing wrong with being a big woman, but for preference sake, I wasn't really feeling it. But her personality is what got me. And then I started entertaining it. So, right, even though I got catfish, I actually considered,
it's
taking it seriously.
And I also date, like, sometimes I really try this because it's led to some great people I've
that's
met along the way.
an interesting way to phrase that, but like I get where he's coming from.
Yeah. He's just
That's kind of like, to me, that's kind of like a similar thing with Ren and I. Like, followed her on Twitter, then joined her Discord server, and then just hung out watching movies and in voice chat and Discord and stuff. And got to know her through like messaging her in Discord DMs and stuff like that. And was like, man, this is a really cool ass person. Granted, personally, I would say she's also very physically attractive. But like, I don't know. It's an interesting topic. Again, I would be on the very middle line, probably.
Date outside of my preferences just to see what that's like.
If you're not initially attracted to that person and have a strong sexual attraction, then it's not going to work because we know that relationships get worse, not better.
I disagree with this lady.
What?
I think it's a recipe for
I
disaster.
hate her so much.
I disagree with her on almost every single point she makes.
I want to punch her.
Relationships get worse, not better. How is that the case?
Just because
not.
you've had shitty relationships,
Jesus.
Like-
Relationships typically get harder, not easier. As you know, navigate through life together.
Yeah.
right?
Because life gets fucking hard, man. But they don't get worse, relationship wise.
Not unless you or your partner makes it worse.
Yeah. Silly points.
Cheating is the
Not
worst
silly,
thing my
stupid.
partner could do. 3, 2, 1.
I would disagree.
Same. Strongly. I would strongly disagree.
Yeah.
I feel like there's like probably worse
Like,
things
you
when
could
people
murder
marry
my
their
whole
partner
family.
versus their partner, but just because that's
That's
such
pretty
a
fucking
for me,
terrible.
Like, I feel like my partners in the past have like been very
Like, if you get boned by someone, that's not as bad as murdering my whole family.
Or, which I'll let this guy make his point before I go into my. I do agree, but I also don't think. I wouldn't even put murder up there. Because
I just meant like taking away things I deeply care about.
fucking sucks that they killed me, but I'm dead, so I mean, I don't have to live anymore. I don't gotta go to work.
True.
No, I said my whole family.
Oh,
I
yeah, if
have
they
to
murder
live
my
with
whole
that grief.
No, if they murder my whole family, I would murder them.
Yeah. But like that would be, to me, even if like, I don't know. To me there are just so many things that are far worse than cheating. Cheating is terrible. I would, if my partner cheated on me, I would be stupidly devastated, and I would drop them in a heartbeat.
Yeah, if they cheat on me, it's
But there are much worse things they can do.
Yeah, they could like convince you to be in an open relationship and then find their
Yep,
replacement
yep.
for you while they're still in a relationship with you, and then just like fucking kick you to the curb. Not like
Yep.
I'm speaking from experience or anything. That's never happened to
No,
me.
no, it was a Reddit story I read one time.
Yeah, that's where. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
And
happened.
I think manipulating me is worse than cheating because if they just
Yeah.
cheat on me, we're breaking up and we're done.
Yeah,
That's
we're
it.
done.
But if you manipulate me for years,
Over time, yeah.
that's worse.
Yep.
Way worse.
Yeah.
And then
That
also
mental trauma.
the point this other guy's about to bring up that I will agree with.
Like that would just make that adds like an extra element of evil.
Yeah, my mind goes to marriage.
Not him.
When you marry this woman, when I marry a woman someday, you promise literally everything you have to be with her, literally thick and thin, to be with her through everything, through highs and lows. And I mean, if you do something like cheating, it's basically like, screw this love, this wasn't real. These promises that I made between us and God mean nothing. I think for a lot of Christians, that's like a big thing, is cheating.
100%. And it's one of the Ten Commandments here. It's like, do not commit adultery. So that is definitely the worst thing because getting married is a promise between you and that person and God.
I mean, technically, there's worse things like they could kill you, which would probably be the worst thing because then like you're not even in the picture.
You belong over here.
So I'm kind of like, but I would say that would like destroy me, and I would never even think about something like that.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I was actually cheated on 4 or 5 months ago. I struggled with self-esteem so much growing up, and that was the worst thing that could have happened. That destroyed.
I'm not gonna lie, I really like this guy. I want to hang out with him.
And it was.
He's
it
got
was
some
just
pretty ass
devastating.
eyes, bro.
Like
He
it
does.
really was just devastating because it didn't just destroy that relationship; it destroyed my entire image of myself that I had
Yeah,
built up.
I could totally
off of
agree with that.
validation, and I had to rip it down to the studs and just fully start over. Yeah, so that's
Mhm.
why I'm over here. Strongly agree. For me personally, it was the worst thing that could have happened.
Cheating is fucked up. It's not a good feeling. Is it the worst thing that a partner could do to me? To be honest, I've outgrown it. Bro, I had over $250,000 stolen from me, bro. And that put me in a dark ass place. Now imagine if my partner stole that money from me, or she was just a homie. I'd be more mad about the money. You feel me, right?
I don't have that money to be stolen.
So you're saying you care more about money than a relationship?
But because at the end of the day, me and my ex, we ain't together no more, so I don't give a fuck if she was a homie. If she was, right? But if she stole my money, yeah, that'll fix.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they cheated on me, they care less about the relationship than I do.
Yep.
If they stole $250,000 from
Oh
me,
yeah. Gee. Oh.
that fucks my life over.
Right.
Right, like that. Yeah. The people that. Okay, that's how you know she's privileged.
Yeah. You're
Because
saying you care more about money than the relationship?
I care more about being able to feed myself.
Well, it's like
I care more about being able to sustain life.
well, it's also like, what are you saying, lady? Are you saying
Right?
you would expect me to stay in a relationship if you stole $250,000 from me?
Right.
Is
Yeah.
that what you're saying? If it's
No.
$10, I'd just be mad that you didn't ask.
If
It's
I
a quarter of a
if I amassed $250,000 and you stole that from me, no one would ever find you. There'd be no way.
Yeah.
Right.
There'd be no
Yeah.
way.
There's a difference between disregarding the relationship we've built and completely demolishing my entire livelihood.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Because supposedly it's for you as well. Like, there's no reason to fuck you. So if you're stealing my money, which is supposed to be our money, is the way I would see it.
right?
Or-
Like, if you at that point, if I got $250,000, I'd be like, if you wanted something, you could have just asked. But like,
Well, but that's the
Because
thing.
then
if
you
there's-
know they're only with you for the money at that point.
Yeah. There's another
well, yeah.
thing I thought of. Something I would consider worse than cheating, just on the fucking up my entire livelihood aspect. If they leave you and then accuse you of something.
Yeah.
You know what
Heinous,
I'm
yeah.
saying. Yeah. Because that also fucks up your entire livelihood. You're
Oh,
probably
yeah.
gonna lose your fucking job. You're gonna lose your standing with your family. You're gonna lose your standing with your friends.
Yeah.
That completely demolishes everything.
Yeah.
So that's worse than cheating to admit.
If you cheat on me, you a hoe.
You a hoe. Your mom's
That's-
a hoe.
If you steal $250,000 from me,
Or if you break up with me and then accuse me of something stupidly heinous and fuck over my entire livelihood,
You steal a
that's much
$250,000 from me, we're taking a trip to Canada and only I'm coming back.
right?
yeah. If you steal $250,000, you're probably not gonna be alive. If you ruin my entire livelihood by accusing me of something heinous, I'm probably not gonna be alive.
Right? Like,
Nah, I just, you know, if someone really decides they want to take the time to ruin my already fucked life more than it is, like, I'm just gonna disappear off into the woods. I'm just gonna fuck off.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, money, I can either steal it back or sue you, or somehow try to get that shit back. It's a lot harder when it's, people are just taking a she said this situation.
Yeah, public standing.
Yeah, and just destroying you. You can't really come back from that very easily.
Hey, I have a viewer. Thanks for
Hell
whoever's
yeah.
watching.
Hi.
Say hi in the chat. I don't know if I can reply. Let me see. Did I say a thing? Oh, it's Crag.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Crag.
Hi.
My life. You know what I mean, right? So my whole thing is when we talk about the prom, is cheating the worst thing as a part of it? Yeah. I've been cheated on before. The first time I was cheated on, bro, I was petty. I was in high school, bro. I drove all the way to the crib and told her mom what she was doing with me. Right? Yeah, I was vengeful. But now I just be like, so many people do it. There's worse things that can happen. Like if you kill my mom, I'll be doing that. Rather you owe me.
The sanctity of marriage is supposed to be till death do us part. That doesn't mean if your carnal flesh gave in and you had
Oh, this lady,
an
dude.
indiscretion.
I don't
that
like
you're
her.
able to hit the wrong
We
button.
don't need to
No,
hear
that
her
means
talk.
There's work to be done. We have problems. For me, I think it actually can be the best thing because it's a sign that there is a huge problem in the relationship that needs fixed. Most sex is not emotional. So
I like
if
how
it's a
even
long
Asher is
act
giving her a
like
look like,
animals do, and you're
what?
going to blow up a marriage or a relationship with children over sex, to me, I think that is ridiculous.
With
and
sex?
shows-
You could say that about the person doing the cheating too.
I've been cheated on.
Okay, now, do I agree that leaving somebody because they cheated on you when you have children is harder? Yes. Do I think it
Mhm.
means? Do I think it's the best thing because it means there's a problem that needs to be fixed? Fuck no.
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 If there's a problem that needs to be fixed, be a fucking adult and talk about it.
Fucking hate every point she makes.
Agreed.
On. So I have been cheated on.
So you think that's something you could like? Oh, you
She's
have
red
I
pill.
have gotten over it. If my
Oh,
husband
absolutely.
cheats on me, of course I'd be devastated. I'm human. I believe just like all y'all too. But I'd be like, damn, what's the problem here? What's the issue?
See, but that's
And can we
Why don't you
solve
just,
this?
Why don't you just talk? Like
Well,
if you guys are
yeah.
married and you have that emotion.
I feel like there's like
We know
there's
that
things
that
before
doesn't
that.
happen though. We know that people.
That's the one thing I've agreed with that dude about. Why don't you just talk?
The most based thing a Christian man has ever said.
Just talk it out.
It's gotta be a world first.
Besides, don't kill people.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one too.
Yeah. Like, I don't agree with their idea of it's a promise between you and that person and God. And that's why it's the worst thing.
No, it's a promise between you
But-
and a person.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, as a from their area of Christian standpoint, it is a promise between them and God as well.
Mhm.
But like, still,
don't-
like you still just, I don't know.
And
Eh.
I'm not gonna go in on their points because
No.
they're just Christian, man. They're gonna have.
I mean,
Almost every
don't get
Christian
me
has the
wrong.
same views on this. So
Don't get me wrong. I totally get where they're coming from, that you've broken a huge sanctified promise from their perspective. Like, I totally get that. That's devastating. But, like, also, if you steal $250,000 from me, like, that changes my life so much more drastically than you getting some dick from another guy.
Yeah.
Or getting some pussy from some other lady, you know? Like,
Agreed.
I think we should work to changing that.
We should, but that doesn't mean I'm going to unconditionally love you just because you went and had an indiscretion. I wouldn't do that to my son. My son f's up all the time and does crazy shit. I'm like, where on God's green earth did you learn that? That doesn't mean I stop loving him.
For men, I feel like
First off, leaving somebody doesn't mean you stop loving them.
Yeah.
Just means they're not good for you, regardless of how much you love them. Sometimes you can love somebody and they're just not good for you.
mm-hmm.
So I disagree with her on that.
Yeah.
I think unconditional love is possible, mostly for women and children. But for men, for everybody, it's possible. It doesn't mean you stop loving them. It just means they're not good for you.
Right.
like we take cheating a lot more personally as opposed to women. It comes with to the ego.
People's boundaries are all different. So if you know you have perhaps been with no or less partners and then you get married, to learn that that person cheated would be proportionally much more devastating to someone who's had maybe a lot of relationship experience and therefore that's more of an active part in their life. So I think that everyone's boundaries are different. So for some people, I have seen them get over it. I know for me personally, I would say that I'm a woman that would take that devastatingly seriously and would not look
Mhm.
lightly at it. So it depends on the
That's a
person's
really good
If you
point.
had children and if you had
Mhm.
a family involved, you would break up your family over a man's one-time indiscretion.
Yes.
That would adversely affect your child and possibly send her to the stripper pole.
Oh my god.
I don't feel comfortable answering that question.
Dad cheated and you left him? Oh, you're a stripper now.
Damn.
Right? Like, that's
just the
such
straight
an
shot to it,
archaic
huh?
way of thinking.
Well, she's red pilled. It's obviously. She's just
Oh,
a
absolutely.
red-pilled. Also, I thought those were little red sperms on her skirt, not balloons.
Little red sperms. I think she and the guy in the blue t-shirt have the best points on the agree side, in my opinion.
Example onto the kids, like, oh, this is not that bad of a thing.
And I think that like somebody cheating on you is more than just like a physical thing. Like that's a break of trust. And I feel like if you can't have that trust in someone, then I also don't want them to be like raising my kids with me.
So we're all saying
That's-
that love is conditional is the end of
That's
100% agree with that.
yeah, but a very different conditional type. You can't just use such a vague statement as love is conditional to justify everything that happens in a relationship.
And also, I'm sorry, but a child living with two parents who fight constantly is going to be worse off than a child who lives who you know has parents that live separately but are happier.
Yeah, as someone with separated parents, I will absolutely say it was probably 100 times better for them to be separated than to be together and trying to raise us together.
Yeah, because if you grow up in a home where there's just constant fighting,
Right.
that's much worse than growing up in a home with or two homes with happy parents.
Yeah.
So fuck off, lady.
Okay, not to interrupt and change the topic, but I just got so fucking scared.
Why?
I glanced over out of the corner of my eye, and I thought my computer was smoking. It was a smudge on my glasses. I turned my head to look at it more directly, and it went away, and I was like, oh shit, it was a smudge on my glasses. Like, I thought there was smoke coming out of my computer. It was all hazy over there. Monogamy is overrated. Is the
Well,
prompt.
the non-monogamous guy is obviously going to be unstrong. We agree.
Come on, man, get over here, get your foot over here. You know you belong. Think about it.
We're like a second.
Think about it. We're talking
I would probably.
Disney, all these fairy tales, it's like you're supposed to be with that one and only.
I think as the norm, monogamy is overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just without hearing any of their points, I would probably be either on like somewhat disagree or like the middle line, because for some people
It works.
it works. And like to think that the gold standard should be this person with this person forever and always. Like, to me, I hate to say it again, but like it's just archaic.
And
Like,
I've been in multiple
we have
failed non-monogamous relationships, and I still think it just depends on each person.
right, like it's we've evolved so much as a species that we personally I don't think we need to be ascribing to the idea of like as a whole
Yeah, everybody
one
has
and
to
only.
have the same relationship. Everybody has
Right,
to
like-
have the same anything.
Like the people that still think the nuclear family is the ideal life for every person on the planet. Mom, dad, son, daughter. Like, no. Not everyone that's not going to work. That's not going to work for the majority of people. Just outright.
Everybody has to find happiness in their own way.
Right? Like, so just on that, I would be on one of those two lines. For me personally, I like the one-on-one aspect of it.
I would probably go on just agree and not strongly agree because I do prefer monogamy.
Right.
But I also am just like, I wouldn't be in a relationship with somebody who wants to be non-monogamous, but I don't. It's not my problem if other people are. That's them. They find
Right.
if they're happy like that.
That's why I'm saying I'd stay either very middle or somewhat disagree, because for me personally, I personally like the one-on-one. But
Yeah.
other people, by all means, can do what the fuck they want. As long as they're not, intruding on other people's stuff. Like, imposing on other people's stuff is a better word.
So it's very frightening to break something traditional, but after like a few months with it, I just knew I'm like, this is the right choice. I've been in the most happiest of relationships. I just celebrated my 3 years with my primary partner, and like as well as my 2-year anniversary with primary partner. But it's like, I do think that monogamy is kind of overrated. I don't think that there's anything like wrong with it. If that's what you want to do, go for it. But I do think that non-monogamy and poly relationships should be something that like it's looked at as an option.
I think nowadays I know more open relationships than I do strictly closed relationships
Yeah.
with the people that I know. I would say I disagree that monogamy is overrated, but I do agree that for some people like yourself, poly relationships work better. So I don't look down upon them. I think whatever works for you works for you.
Yes.
But I can
I
also
like
see
this
that
girl.
for like someone like myself or people that are similar.
Like,
to
even
me,
if I disagree with her,
focus
she
on,
makes
like,
really
really
good
strict
points.
Kind of like I just can't ever. Oh my god, I could never imagine more than like one
It's
person.
a lot.
It
It
depends
takes
on
a
the
lot.
person,
Yeah.
so therefore I don't
Mhm.
think monogamy is overrated. I think it depends on the person, and I think for me it's definitely not over. It's the only option. For you, poly is like the right way, so it just depends. I'm completely non-judgmental. I think.
I just want to say I don't mind monogamy, right? I just don't like a controlling relationship where it's completely like, you can't do anybody else, but at the same time, you want me once or twice a month. You know what I mean? Right.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
me and my ex was together for 5 years. I actually broke up with her in April, but for 2.5 years out that relationship, we was barely, we're like maybe once a month. Then I moved her in the crib, and then when I moved her in the house, for the whole first year of her living in the house, she just didn't want to have sex.
That's right.
Now we had an agreement that we had agreed on where we could do various things that we just didn't want to know about and stuff like that, right? And because he wasn't me, like that, I was handling the agreement, like I was following the agreement. But because there were certain things that wasn't necessarily 100% out there, that created complications in the relationship to the point that ended up us breaking up.
I think it's definitely like it has a place, like for certain people. Like obviously we have two people who are like very religious here, and it works well for them. And I just think like if I was in an open relationship, I would go crazy. Like even when I'm in like a normal relationship where it's like I don't expect them to cheat on me, I'm still like it's suspect. Yeah. So I just like if that was if like I can't imagine a world where I would agree with that. And also before I had like loved
Just
someone
says
really
something
deeply,
about
I
you.
was like, oh no, I could totally be in an open
Yeah.
relationship. And then I actually did, and I was like, oh,
Are you
never
a very
mind.
sexual person? I'm just curious though.
Like kind of.
Kind of.
Sure. It's like
So if your partner was very sexual too, you always shut it down. You ain't gonna do
I don't. That's like never happened.
Oh,
I don't think.
okay, but I'm just
Like I
saying,
just feel like that's like not that's like personally for me not an issue. But also I don't know. I think that would definitely be a conversation if there was like an imbalance. But also I think there's different things that make people compatible as partners, and that's definitely one of them.
What he's saying is the cry of many men today is that they're not getting enough sex from their
Oh.
partner. And not just sex. It's not like men are like, oh, I'm heartless.
that connection.
But listen, men need sex to create intimacy. Women need
No, they don't.
to have sex. People get married.
To
and
some
they
degree,
don't.
yes.
It's like, just don't get married then. And stay like this boy, dates and anniversaries every month, every year.
That is one I will say I almost agree with her on. Almost.
For a lot of men, they don't know how to get intimacy other than sex. That's the only way that they know how to get it.
The problem that I have is the generalized sweeping statement of for men, this is how
that's
it
why
works.
I say I almost agree.
Right, because like you can't say for men as a whole.
It's just
you can
bad
say
verbiage.
for a lot of men.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you know, and that's because intimacy for me is sex. That's where I get my intimacy. So I agree with her there, but that's not all men.
Yeah.
Not all not all men. I'm a fucking meninist now or whatever the fuck they're called. But yeah, I mean I agree with her almost because she is generalizing. Generalizing is not good. A lot of men it is like that.
Yeah, no, that's all I was getting at is just don't generalize. You can say for a lot of men, that's fine by all means, because that's true. For a lot of men, that's the case. But don't just say for
She
men.
was right on the women's side too. I mean, it actually is. I feel like it is changing slightly. For women, they need they need intimacy to have sex, and men need sex to have intimacy. I think that is changing. As women kind of are feeling more comfortable stepping out of traditional gender roles.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think on a generalized, a lot of basis, she is kind of correct there. Women need intimacy.
If it was for a large sum of, then yeah, I'd say that's probably pretty accurate.
Yeah.
But to just say full stop. That's part of why I don't like her. It's just like Chan said, it's just bad verbiage.
Next month is his 1-year anniversary with partner number 3. Like, just, you know what I mean? Just be out there doing your dates. Does that make sense?
By the end of the day,
That's another thing I agree with her on though. Is like
gonna try to push what they
different things work for different people.
Yeah.
Which that's the first thing that she said to me that I was just like, yeah, that's actually a really good point. Different things work for different people.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird because it's a little bit different from how she argued her past points, but you know, it is what it is.
People are complex.
So this is what's best
Right.
for you. Like I'm over it. I'm like, why? So I can be frustrated and pissed off and like I've tried it. To me, it did not work.
I want to take perspective because, Christian, I'm going to take perspective that's a little away from my vocal views. And no disrespect, but I do think
Fuck off.
No, pause. There's just the amount of effort that goes
Right.
into a polyamorous relationship is just absurd. It's
no.
Double. It's a whole other person.
Yeah, and that's
well,
what I'm saying.
it's an exponential factor for each partner you have.
Yeah.
That's-
So if you have 3
I was
partners, that's a regular relationship cubed.
Yeah.
Like,
And I was actually going to make that point when the next time we paused the video was, that's one of the biggest reasons I prefer. Well, not the biggest reason. It's one of the reasons I prefer monogamy, is that relationships take work.
Yeah.
right?
I don't have the energy for 3 relationships. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, so let's go with like there's a man and then a woman and another woman, right? There's not only the man's relationship with each individual woman, there's also the relationship between the other 2 women, and then the all together. It's just the compounding factor. He has no idea the amount of
work.
Yeah.
And I think he's just coming from it from this guy's just an amoral sex fiend who wants to fuck multiple women, and that's the only reason he's dating.
Yeah, he's like, you don't want to put in the work to make the one relationship work.
No, he's putting in the work to make 2.
All the relationships. It's like, I'm not just constricting myself to the one person.
Mm-hmm. So, another thing I could disagree with that dude on.
When it's multiple, not just one person.
I see that as laziness, that you don't want to commit to someone in the hard times. Like you were talking about a little
Shut
bit
the
about.
fuck up.
3 years.
Sexually, so why not find it somewhere else? Why not just
Yeah.
do the hard work?
Not to mention,
Work on your relationship?
he is committed to one person, but he's also committed to another person, and he's also committed to another person.
Look at that face. He's like,
He's ready for it.
He's about to cook.
I mean, there's such a emotional, there's a psychological just importance in being with one person.
For you.
So then why do we have such a high divorce rate?
I agree with you on that.
Why do we have such a high divorce rate?
Why are people still cheating? Why is open?
Because they're not. Because our country, I think, is lazy. We don't want to have these hard conversations. Of, maybe we should go to therapy. Maybe we should try to get help because we love one another. It's like, nah, I can go get
Talk
this.
about it. Period.
Yeah.
Just to talk about it, right?
So me and my ex, we actually did barely for like 2.5 years. We went to couples therapy. Next thing you know, everything was great for like a month, and then one day she just blew up. She said, I still don't feel like this and that. Like she went in, bro. You know what I mean? So at the same time, there was a point in my relationship where it really just came to the point like, baby, I love everything else about you. You know what I mean, right? This area sucks. Are you still attracted to me? She said, yes, I'm still attracted to you, right? Well, here's the thing. If you just don't want to have sex with me, right? Go somebody do is on your. Let's have that conversation, right? Because I get everything else I want from you anyway. I was open to the idea. I want to be with my woman, but if you don't want to do this, I'm fine. Just
Yeah,
on the same page.
I mean, I understand the importance of sex, but there's self-sacrifice in every relationship you even make. If you're happy with her and everything she had, but you also have a value on sex, then maybe she's not the right person.
The thing was, I want to go look.
Isn't that lazy?
Bet, yeah.
Just be like, oh, you won't have sex with me, then we're completely done forever.
Yeah, no, make it work. If the arrangement of having someone else works, then it works. If everything else is great, awesome. Who biggest out of left field was this guy in the yellow shirt making the most sense in this fucking video.
Also, dude, he's got the Ron DeSantis boots on. Look at it.
Oh no, the Christian dude, yeah.
He's got the Ron DeSantis high heels on. What?
Dude, his heels are higher than the girl in the red shirt and the blue jeans. His heels are almost higher than the one in the red top with the black skirt. And she's got platforms on.
I don't want to judge him, okay? He's stylish, you know?
Yeah, no. If his shirt had a different saying, a different graphic on it, then I'd be like, hell yeah, he looks good. But he's got that stupid fucking graphic.
Yeah.
But no, like, I feel like he's got I feel like he's got the very, bear with me here because I'm about to offend a lot of people. He's got the very uneducated mindset of, if they don't agree with me, they're lazy. If they don't do things the way I want them to do them, they're lazy.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't just work a dead-end job because it puts bread on the table, like I did, even though proportionally you made 10 times more than I did, like, then you're just lazy. No. That's, I know my value. I know what I value as a person. Lazy is just a catch-all word for him, I feel like.
Yeah.
I stuck it out for 5 years, bro.
That's another aspect of being like romantically compatible with someone, and sometimes there's like one thing that's not there and that sucks. But it's like if that, especially if that other person, that's something that they prioritize. Like personally, if my partner was like, oh, like I love like everything about you, but like this is not compatible, and they wanted to go sleep with other people, like that would make me feel so bad about myself.
And that's why
Like,
you
I would
do
just,
what works
like,
for you.
That's
why you do what
I'm
works
just saying
for
like that's like a compatibility issue then I think because I'm not your ex-girlfriend, I don't know how she feels, but if I were in that scenario, I just like that just would make me so sad, even though it's like it's none of your fault that they're upset about it.
Comments gonna talk so much shit.
Yeah, they-
right.
They're gonna be like, he's a
The day
slut,
I
he's
broke up
awful.
with my girl, bro, she told me like I'm gonna say everything. The day I broke up with my girl, she said, man, she's like, I just be counting down the days. Like, we had sex in like 12 days. I gotta go have sex with y'all. Otherwise, Ashley gonna get mad. You know what I mean, right? And I'm hearing all this shit, right? You know what I mean? So she said a bunch, and I felt like I had to, right?
Yeah, no, that's
did not want to. I felt like I had to.
Yeah, that would definitely take a toll on you.
I think all this goes back to clear communication because if I don't think that cheating means that polyamory would actually be the solution to that. I think that it goes back to your values and what works for you. And I think that I would maybe venture to say that more people might be poly than are exploring that right now. And still at the same time, monogamy I think works for a lot of people. So it's all what works for you.
I would date
Yeah.
someone.
There we go.
Dude. Okay, so Ash, blue shirt, black skirt, and polyamorous dude are the four to me that just, even if I disagree with what they're saying, they actually make sense and make good points.
Yeah.
Like, I don't necessarily agree with, like, on the cheating is the worst thing. I don't necessarily agree that that's the worst thing, but they made really good points for it. Like, Blue Shirt saying that it was a huge self-esteem hit, and he had to build it all back up from scratch.
Yeah,
Like,
and
fuck yeah, dude, that would be devastating.
one of them brought up a point. I think it was the guy in the tan shirt. The whole, are you still attracted to me question when they don't want to have sex with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a big self-esteem hit. If your partner just doesn't want to have sex with you anymore, that has me sitting there thinking, or they literally make a point to let you know they are having sex with you because they know you want to have sex.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, so you don't want to have sex with me. You're just doing this for me. What's wrong with me? Why don't you want to have sex with me? Did I do something wrong? Am I just gross? What's happening here?
Right.
That's another big self-esteem hit.
And that's where I come in with the girl in the black skirt. It's a communication thing as well. Like, not wholly, but part of it is just, you've got to sit and have that conversation at some point.
Yeah.
Like, if it comes down to where it's something that there's a focus on, there's got to be a sit down.
Yeah, and in my,
like,
I only know
don't be
from,
red dress. Be an adult and sit down and talk about it.
I only know because from my past experiences, I've had a relationship like that where it was, I'm having sex with you because you want me to have sex with you, and I don't want you to leave me because I won't have sex with you.
Right.
I just want you to communicate why you don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't, then I'm sitting there thinking I'm gross or I did something wrong. You know, there's something.
Yeah.
And also, I do find sex important in a relationship. Not
Yeah.
the most important, but I
Yeah.
do find sex important.
3, 2, 1.
What was the question?
I would
I would
date
date
someone
someone in the room.
I don't know these people.
Surprised he was over here. I'm like, what are you doing?
I know, it's everywhere.
He's already said what you're doing.
The energy is cool.
You just have to have a pulse
I
and we'll
no.
go with you.
Hold on. Hold on. Can we pause real quick? First and foremost, I don't like what they're saying about polyamory, dude.
Yeah.
He did not say
Anyone
I'd
with a
fuck
pulse.
anyone, right? Like he did not say that at all. But there's like, oh, he's got no standards.
Well, like I said, they're just seeing it as a sex thing for him.
Right?
It's there's nothing. It's not has to do with relationships, partners. It's all just he wants to have more sex, so he's dating multiple people.
Yeah.
That's not how it. Sorry.
This is a huge assumption.
Yeah.
But I can almost guarantee the two Christians are on the agree side because they're like, oh, it's a Christian, we're meant to be.
Yeah.
Oh, that is.
Perfect example, right? Like Janelle, she got good energy, right? Now imagine Janelle might be the coolest person. Next thing you know, you start getting to know her, she might be crazy. Be like, then you come over here all of a sudden.
Generally, the few people I've been attracted to, they look like Tim Burton dolls or just like weird goth. Yeah, just like weird goth people. So like,
Hell yeah.
it's just coincidence. It's very rare that I see these people. So it's not a personal thing.
Hell yeah, dude.
My girlfriend will kill me. Respect. I like to think I'm pretty picky, so.
But am I not your type?
I love him so much.
So you my good side?
Okay.
I love him so much.
I mean, for me, beliefs are extremely important.
Just
Oh,
go
she
ahead and
skipped
propose,
up there
bro.
and to strongly
Yep.
agree with her.
Go ahead and fucking propose, bro.
Please send us a wedding invitation.
But no, beliefs are very important within relationships. I think
Another based moment from Janelle, surprisingly. Just send us away.
difference in beliefs, it's very hard to raise coherently.
Absolutely.
I think that just is extremely important.
All right, now propose, because we know you fucking want to right now.
Oh boy.
So what'd you think?
That was painful.
Some of it was like, yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But then Janelle
Dude.
started to speak.
And Janelle was honestly the worst one for me. Like even Mr. Save the Children shirt guy. I was just like, I may disagree with him fundamentally on a lot of stuff, but he does make good points for a lot of stuff too. So like,
I think that the only thing I disagreed with him on was the whole polyamory is lazy thing.
yeah, honestly,
Yeah, that was just such a dumb statement.
Yeah, for the other things, he just had a different perspective that was
Right.
Christian based.
and like
That's okay.
for him, that works. You know, like, hell yeah, dude, live your life.
Yeah, it's just when you start
Don't try to
call-
force me to live your life.
Yeah, when you start to call somebody else out for something, and be like,
Right.
"You're lazy because you disagree with me," that's when I disagree.
Yeah.
Can I ask
Or
you a
when-
question?
Yeah.
What do I do in the points shop of Steam? I have 43,000 points.
Oh, you can get stuff to like decorate your homepage.
What?
Yeah.
I was like looking at this stuff. I have no idea what any of it is. What's a Steam startup movie?
I don't remember how to get to the points shop.
Me either. Because I also probably have some points.
I have 43,360. I don't know if that's a lot.
How'd you get to the point shop?
Store points shop.
Oh, is it? Oh, it is in
I have
store. Why did I not
600
look in store?
I have 638,062.
Jesus.
Oh, I've got 60,000, but that's because I bought some Conan Exiles stuff back when we were playing that a bunch.
What can I like? What does this stuff do? What's there's a Ronnie Steam startup movie that looks cool.
Oh, yeah,
It's
you can-
that's so when you launch Steam, it plays an animation
That's fun.
before taking you to the home pages and stuff. I'm pretty sure.
And there's animated avatars.
Do they have NSFW stuff?
Maybe.
Would they really?
I don't know.
They have a lot.
Maybe.
I mean, if you look at the avatars, there's one of the first thing I see is an Ahagao fucking
Yeah.
anime face. So.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. That's bold, Steam. The
Yeah.
Ronnie startup movie thing's pretty cool.
But I want sexy anime woman.
Okay, Nick. I'm not gonna lie. If you scroll over in the animated avatars thing, if you see the unknown tormentor for 3,000.
That is sick.
Unknown tormentor.
That's really fucking sick.
I think Duff works better for me.
Well, you know me, I'm edgy, so.
I also like Walk.
Marisia's sister.
Which one?
Marisia's sister. Walk.
Oh,
It's on
Walk
page
is a good
2.
one. I like Ignis Sanat, the plague doctor with the like embers flying about.
There's an
Unknown
animated
Tormentor, Wizard
Cthulhu
Skull.
one.
There's an animated Cthulhu one.
Yeah, keep
Oh,
scrolling.
I like the Trio of Death as well. That one's really
Cthulhu.
cool.
I see it. That
There's
was
also an animated plague doctor.
The Cthulhu one is really cool. Yeah, I saw an animated plague doctor. Ooh, that plague doctor's cool too.
Give me Kratos.
Ooh, eating
Kratos.
singularity is cool. Just a black hole, but it's cool.
I am the god of war.
I'm kind of like Markiplier. Space is so cool.
Oh, what about X Morph Death Cargyle?
You know, I was gonna point that one out. I do like that one. Oh, Spiraler, Spiral R. That's fucking.
I might have to grab up Bumpo here.
Bane.
Bumpo.
Yeah, the bear.
I haven't gotten to that yet, I guess.
It's on Spiraler. End of the line.
Oh, I see Corgi dance.
It might be on the next page.
Avatar frames. I have a
Oh,
purple
yep,
flame,
Bumpo's a good one.
apparently. How do I know if that thing I bought is? Will I have to relaunch Steam?
I think you go to your profile and it's in something there. I'm not sure.
I got Judy and Vincent.
It's like what people can see when they go to your account, I think. I have Cthulhu was kind of cool too.
Well, it took me to a thing when I. Oh wait, is it still up? Let's see here. Steam settings. It opened Steam setting. Would it be interface?
I don't know.
Oh, the toxic skull is cool.
In-game.
I want to find something that would fit with Garoof.
Oh, you got the world snake. Jormungandr.
Jormungandr is sick.
Keyboards.
I want to find something that would work with Sharoof.
Shrew.
Oh, there's Spiral M as well. It's the same as Spiral R, but it's teal instead of red.
There are quite a few big booby enemies.
I actually think it might be mint. Because I think it's Spiral Red and Spiral Mint. I could be wrong though.
There's some mushrooms here.
Oh, Jester's pretty cool. The Wiggle Mushes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there you go.
Aw, dude.
Retro Wave Girl.
I may need to get Big Pin cruising, bro.
Have
I
you
see
guys
that one
seen
too.
The
That's a good
Cheerful
one.
Cow one?
Probably. I don't know, actually.
Look for Cheerful Cow.
I'm gonna have to scroll back.
It may be at the start.
Oh, I can search.
Yeah.
Oh, you could search?
Cheerful Cow.
Oh, yeah, you can, can't you?
You don't see Cheerful Cow.
All capital CHEERFUL space COW. It's an animated one. You're still looking at avatars, right?
Yeah. Oh, that. Yeah, I did see that one. Oh. Marija Little Devil. Okay.
Okay.
I see you. Nelly. Okay, I see you. You don't gotta be so horny. Okay.
Where's Chun-Li?
Where's all the horny dudes? Hold in your farts.
Nick.
Huh?
Look up Meepo.
Eh.
Meepo.
Oh, fuck yeah. Meepo's badass.
Meepo.
Little wiggly guy.
Yeah, dude. That's the horny dude you're looking for, right?
Yes, Meepo is definitely a fucking horn dog.
I'm still trying to find something that I think would work with the name Sharoof. I might have to go like all the way back to the beginning for it. Oh, you know what? I could click on see all and just scroll this way. Scroll through the fucking
that's
the
what
entire page, yeah. Instead of just going row by row with the little arrows.
Have you guys played Warframe at all?
No.
No.
Have you seen it?
No.
Ooh, we should watch a video on that too. That's a
Wait,
interesting.
yes, I have played Warframe.
Yeah, I played it a little bit. It seems to be getting better and better from when I had played it originally. I was thinking about trying to maybe get back into it. God, those are some big old titties.
Who are you looking at?
Fake hostile avatar 1.
Oh yeah, I saw it. I know what you're talking about.
White shirt.
Nope. Never mind, I see it.
Yeah. Jesus.
I don't know how I feel about how easy it was to find that.
Whoa, look.
Have
at
you
the
seen
frames.
Bella? Chance?
I don't think so.
It's like a fox lady that also has tiggle bitties.
Possibly.
Hey, Cargyle, go to the frames and look at the hiss.
Give me just a second. I still don't see anything, even scrolling through Bigly like this, I don't see anything that really feels like it would work really well with my name.
Me neither. I may just go with the big titty goth girl. Because why not? Do other people get to see this?
Yes.
Yeah, it's your avatar on Steam.
I may not go with a big titty goth girl.
I would only do Big Titty Goth Girl if only I got to see Big Titty Goth Girl.
Right now it's Lilith from Magic the Gathering.
Bone Golem is kind of neat.
Look at the backgrounds, man.
None of these just look like a character that would be named Mistigan.
None of these look like Sharoofs.
The fuck? There's one called The Boys for the backgrounds, where it's Trump and Putin. Just chilling. Oh, okay. Neko Beach has a background there. I see that. I see you, Neko Beach.
What's a background?
If you go to backgrounds, there's a oh man, there's a lot of them.
Muse Radio. Space Beach. These are cool. Oh, I see what you're talking about. There's some bouncing jubilees.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jumpin' jubilees.
Teresa. Okay, Teresa.
Okay, Teresa.
Okay, Teresa. Chill.
I haven't seen Neku Beach, wherever that is.
It's the name of the game it's from.
Jesus.
How do you know about that?
Because I opened it to look at it closer, Cargo.
Teresa and
I'm just
Satin.
messing with you.
There you go. Teresa and Satin.
Fucking dumbass.
Is this just pops up on the sides?
No, I think you're horny.
I think so.
That's kind of crazy.
You?
What?
Aren't you?
That depends.
Oh,
Right now.
Diana.
No, I don't have any horns on my head right now.
Oh, whoa. Pumpkin Lena. Pum Lena. Looks a little bit like Bulma.
What?
Just with blue hair.
Maria, hello. Jesus, Steam, I did not know you were so horny. What's the one that looks like Bulma?
It's called, I gotta scroll back up. Pum Lena? It's just because blue hair. Pum Lena. Pum is one word.
I see Pum Pamela, Pum Kaya.
Pum Lena.
I am scrolling so much through these avatars.
Oh wow, that does look like Bulma. Wow, that's kind of crazy.
There's Fire Idol, but it's just a tiny little cube man thing.
Oh my gosh, there's one that looks like Nami.
Oh.
Pum Pamela and Tina.
Pum.
I think it's Pum Pamela is the one that looks like.
Pum Pamela. Oh, shit. Okay, so they are just... Yeah, Pum, then that makes sense why Pum Lena looks like Bulma. Because she's based off of Bulma.
Huh.
Bulum. She's based off of Bulum.
Based off of Bulum, yes. Oh my god, some of these are kind of insane to look at.
They really are.
Okay, I'm going to backgrounds now. Oh, I like Black Hole. I'm not gonna lie.
Black Hole, Sun.
Black Hole and Circle of Hell and Cyber Psychosis are pretty cool.
Cyber Psychosis?
Yeah, dude.
Where's that one at?
It's on the second row for me.
That's a cyberpunk thing. That's sick.
Is it? Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool, I'm not gonna lie.
The Grid.
Rogue AI is kind of cool looking too. I feel like that's also a cyberpunk thing.
Yeah.
Lo-fi background. That's cool. How many people are honestly gonna view my profile?
Me.
Then you'll be pleasantly surprised.
I was gonna say just to see titties.
Hell yeah. Definitely take a view at my profile. There's some titties for you.
Mm-hmm.
What is
Keyboard.
Keyboards? Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. What is keyboards?
Oh, it's Stream Deck keyboards.
Oh. Well, I have one, but I still haven't gotten it properly set up yet.
I'll look at the startup movie though. See.
Hey yo, there's one called Sex Hell Supernova.
What? Background?
From the game called Sex Hell.
Oh, that's
It's got a
cool
little
as
demon
shit.
emoji. Right? It's cool as fuck. But it's from a game called Sex Hell.
I mean, you know, what are you
I
gonna
might
do?
get it just because it looks freaking cool. And it goes with my, like, volcano fire demon thing.
Oh,
The
what is-
Sharoof.
What does game profile change?
I'm getting that one. Equip now.
Oh, there's a Cyberpunk game profile. Oh, you can just pay 10,000 to have like a whole, like a game, a profile based off of your game. Of a game.
Oh!
For
That's
what?
kinda
Where's
fucking
that
cool.
at? Game profiles?
Game profiles, and then it's just you choose a game.
Some of them are way cheaper, too. Some of them are only 5,000.
There's Outlast, Dying Light,
Crazy.
Cyberpunk.
Monster Hunter.
There's artist profiles too.
The Witcher. Counter Strike.
Mirror is fucking creepy, bro.
What is Showcases?
Cargo?
Oh, I see.
What?
You should go with Craneo de Fuego.
I looked at Craneo de Fuego. It's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, now if I close Steam and I reopen Steam.
Ooh, you may also like Carrion too.
I also looked at Carry On.
It didn't do the start.
I'll probably get both of those, honestly. I've got plenty of
It may
points.
be only for Steam Deck because that was also in the next to keyboards for the Steam Deck.
Steam Deck. Oh yeah, I see that. Steam Deck or Big Picture mode? How do I get into Big Picture mode?
If you look up at the top where you got like your minimize and close and stuff, there's a
I
little
see.
like TV looking icon.
Enter Big Picture mode. Oh, and then it does the thing. Okay, but it wasn't the one. It wasn't the thing that I chose. How do I set that?
Oh, sorry. Oh, you can use. There's a like Siege backgrounds. You can like if you go up to the top from your games.
Yeah.
And you can scroll down, and there's just like anything from games you own. You can.
Oh shit, yeah. Bandit, Doc, Mute, Jaeger, Castle, Thatcher. Yeah, let me look at those real quick. Oh, they don't have much. Never mind.
There's even Sega Mega Drive and Genesis Classic.
Is there really?
Yeah. It's got. Oh, it's got.
I don't have most of these games. Why are you showing me games I don't have?
I'm gonna run and use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Like Dota 2. I don't have Dota 2. I don't have Portal 2. I don't have Little Nightmares.
Oh, there's Skyrim.
These are not my games. I don't have these games.
Terraria. Guns of Icarus has backgrounds.
Why is it showing me things that I don't have? I am
don't know.
confusion.
Some of the zombie driver ones you might like.
Zombie Driver.
If you have those.
Well, it's showing me a shit ton of games that I just don't have.
I don't have Zombie Driver either, so.
Yeah. So like Star Conflict? What is Star Conflict? And Mabinogi?
I should go to bed though. I just realized how late it was.
Zombie Driver ones do look pretty cool. Oh yeah, it's fucking 1 a.m.
I work tomorrow, so I should probably go to bed.
Yeah, might not be a bad idea.
When Chase gets back, let him know where I will. If you're gonna stay on call and wait for him to get back. But I just kind of need to hop off and get there now.
Yeah, no, I got you. I'll let him know where you are. I'm probably gonna head off too. I didn't realize what time it was either.
Have a good night, Crapper.
You too, bruv. Boo-boo.
Bye.
I'm back. What happened?
Nick realized that it was 1 a.m. and decided he had to go to bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case,
Yeah, he was like, I kind of don't want to leave the call, but I kind of just have to go to bed.
okay.
And I was
Well,
like, yeah, no, that's understandable.
I'll end the stream here then. Everybody have a good
Yeah,
night.
we had a good time.
Hopefully we'll be going again next Friday.
Right?
Because I think it's been almost 2 months since our last stream.